Alrighty then. So, last we left off, the party ignored all hints and all givings of help and went straight in. So, we are currently in the inner sanctum of the city of Oloso, within the king's court, his keep, as it were. Many buildings surround you, which really you don't really know much of in terms of structure or organization, floor plans, if you will. And we are currently in turn 4, because we are doing this turn by turn, because this is a mercy I give you. I believe 24 something seconds in, the guards were alerted that something happened in the library. You are currently down the hall of said library as the guards start their investigation for missing stones, or at least alarm triggers that had been blown up by the, well, beautifully blown up by Nolan Tuskbrew's magic missile. But you've heard, at least Cassius has heard, their cries or the stumblings in the room. Gord is currently in the guise of the king, and you have dutifully subverted some scullery maids that passed by. An incredible feat of deception. And you are now still within the building. You wanted to add something?
Gord is disguised as Black Lannis, and Nolan is disguised as the king.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
We have two people who are disguised, yes.
That's true. I missed that part. I did watch the end of the session, but I missed that to exactly place where you were. So yes, Nolan the king, Black Lannis the Gord. There, you are on the crossroads right now. You are in the servants' quarter, because you took the servants' exit to the library. You are still in the library building, but there is a sky bridge that reaches towards a, should I say, church-like building, which you know to be, or at least assume to be, the court of the king, his grand hall. Gord, you know 2 of your targets are inside that building below. You are still high up on the 2nd floor of this library building, whatever else it might be. Below you is a staircase that goes through and is the, let's say, loading bay, loading dock of the servants' quarters. There's a large garage type area there that leads to the other buildings. There is also an exit that leads you to the small alleyways of this royal complex. That is where we are currently. The guards are in the library, still rummaging through, trying to figure out what happened. I don't think we put you guys in initiative. It's more of a first come, first serve kind of thing. So, as round 4 happens, what are your choices? I'll be a little loose to not make this too construed. I will allow you guys to converse, and I give you the same warning I did yesterday. This is enemy territory. Every action, every movement counts, and this is of a higher difficulty than it could have been had certain actions been taken beforehand. So I'm giving you the unfeathered best case scenario for the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
So there we are.
You can see us at this moment.
Right now, the 2 maids that were coming up the staircase that then got scared, they went back down and they're basically averting their eyes. They're still there, but they're basically allowing you passage. They're not looking at you directly. Across the sky bridge, which is about 60 feet across, you see windows, and you see that there are spears and helmets underneath those windows, so there are guards posted in that part of the building, not here. And then, of course, there's the exit and whatever else. Nobody in this group has ever laid eyes on the exact layout, as that is secret of this place. I will say, I will give you the one hint, you do have the book given to you by the creature called Greth. That might have notes, that might not have, but they require study. So,
I will start by sending a message to Dano Asir. I will do it with the subtle feature, so no one will see me do it.
okay.
And I will speak. We teleported now in the heart of the castle. Keep the scry up by your scholars. Please send aid if the situation looks dire.
Very well. And I am immediately...
We currently are totally in control, and we've got this.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, sure.
This is sending. Great. And... okay, roll a d100 for me.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah,
Oh,
usually
It's
if you
DnD,
ever not
so it
do
doesn't
another
make-
plane.
It's not guaranteed if he's not on the same plane of existence.
Yeah, he is currently in his
Which is
quarters.
Uh,
Okay. The sending does go through. There's a 5% chance that it would fail. So,
5%, okay.
yeah. Okay, the sending goes through. And there's a moment. I was hoping more for a measured approach. So be it. We shall keep an eye, but I cannot guarantee that we can intervene. I'll make preparations. Okay. Okay. We're doing this turn by turn, so there are no effects just yet. Okay, that is Nolan's action.
Yes.
Where are you moving? Or I'll say we can segment the movement if you guys still want to discuss or talk or scream for bloody murder. But
I think
so
last time we sort of made a decision already to try and go towards the two dots representing Black Linus and the king.
Sure.
Right?
Yes.
And not the one far much further down representing the
So I will
stone.
follow Gord's lead very closely and actually walking next to him, but he will dictate where I go.
okay.
Yes, and is that... Wacht, er was een brug, er was een pleintje. En
Ja,
een
zo-
derde gang. En welke gang zou dan
So
naar
to
onze
your
bestemming
left,
leiden?
yeah, to your left is the hallway you came from. It's the servants' hall, right? That's where the library is. To your front is a sky bridge. So off the ground, same level as you are, about 60 feet into the royal hall, let's say, or at least the upper level of it. To your right, it goes down and out the back garage, basically, of the servants' quarter. That would be to the outside. So you have two options. Either you see guards in front of you. They're not facing you. They're against the wall. But you can go straight into the hall, or you can try and go outside and see what else is out there before you curve around to the Grand Hall.
Okay, so do we want to bullshit our way through or try to sneak in?
Bullshit in the middle of this castle.
What do we? If
Gonna
we
be
somehow
fine.
manage to reveal to them that their king is indeed a demon, do you think they would
Yes.
help us, or are they already under his influence? And
I
It
doubt we
wouldn't
have
matter.
time for that.
if we
Why would
attack
they
him,
believe us?
no, I'm talking about we attack the king, and instead of being, oh, I'm dead because I'm a human, he turns into an evil demon monster, then that would be proof.
Yeah, but we
Why
have to
not?
get to him first.
Yes, that is.
So if we just
one
want to, we can go straight ahead and try to bullshit the guards that stand on the air gate, or we can sneak somewhere through the garage. That's
I
the
vote
decision we have to
the
make now.
latter. I vote the latter.
Any other opinions? Because we have to decide fast. 3, 2, 1.
Sneak.
Sneak. Okay, we're going through the garage. We're deciding fast.
Okay. So, unless anyone else wants to do something with this turn, to prepare or whatever, I will say you guys make it through and go outside. No objections?
No
Turn
objections.
5. So, you come outside, and these quarters, this is one of the older parts of the city, and everything is very packed together. These are very narrow alleyways, and the buildings have been tall and have been built have been stacked up, right? Like Gord, with your stone cutting, you can easily tell that this is these were small buildings that were used as foundations for bigger buildings and so on, until like the tops are like very extravagant little peaks and towers. It basically looks like the Disneyland castle, but it didn't start that way. And I will give you guys the layout a little bit. You come out of the library. Across, you can see a large cathedral type building, but much smaller, which is a royal court hall. There across, a little bit more of a broader street, there is the royal residence. The servants' quarters are next to you as well. And you can just, I would say, Cassius, you can just see over across the royal hall, you see a tower made of 4 smaller ones. And you know what this is, because this is one of the highest points of the city. And you know that to be the Wizard's Tower. Basically, the top mages of the city are there, have their tower there, that have been mixed into 4 different pieces. That's currently, all you can see from your position, and all of it is surrounded by a vast wall. You will now notice as well that on this wall, you are currently almost pressed against it. It is immensely tall, and you do see currently people patrolling it.
Are they looking inwards or outwards, or can we not see?
Make a perception roll. Also, Robin, you're breathing into the mic a little bit.
Yep.
Currently, they are not on alert. It's very hard to see from here, but with your 22, you can see basically like little helmets moving, and maybe a spear or something. You don't really have a visual on their eyes or what they're doing, but they are just,
Way they're looking around.
yeah, they're just making a patrol. And with a 22, I'll say you also see like a staff amongst them.
There are wizards on duty.
So with that, I like all of you as you exit to make a stealth roll, group stealth roll.
Oh, why did we go sneak? Oh,
Keep rolling high, guys.
Allee, man.
oh, there's the
Ah,
one.
ik heb pas
Oh.
op 3.
Altijd. Hey.
The king
Oh.
does not roll stealth, okay? The king
Je hoofd, joh. You're suddenly very red.
the king does not roll stealth. Okay. So Cassius, I expect better from you.
I did too, yeah.
Or as you clang your shield against the door as you exit. And with that,
I tried to shush somebody behind me. Shh.
yeah. So I'm going to also roll now.
Oh, we're fucked.
Okay. I'll say, Cassius, you notice that one of those little helmets on the wall stops for a moment and looks over. That's all for now.
Tell the others, like, one of the guards on top of the wall noticed us arriving, but he hasn't really responded to it yet.
What you can surmise is he sees Black Lennis and the king with an entourage.
And he's not immediately going, wait, that can't be right. The king is supposed to be
Yeah,
right
fire!
there."
Ah! No, that's
Yeah.
this is in stages, right? This is in stages. So you have the guards in the library, you
It's gonna be
exiting.
like 10 seconds before he goes, wait a minute, the king isn't supposed to be here at this hour.
Yeah. So that's what is everyone doing? Where are you going?
We're
Can I deduce a spot where I'm out of line of sight from the upper wall?
Yeah. You can easily enough. Like everything here is cramped, and if you just go a little bit closer to the wall, you just lose line of sight.
So I'll move to the wall to break line of sight.
I would behave like I belong to be there. I want to be confident and not sneaky.
And I will act like I'm discussing with Black Lennis very important matters and just
Yes.
ignore everyone else.
Okay. Make a performance roll for me.
Alright. Alex,
Performance or deception, your choice. Okay.
Ja, ik kon hier rollen met de dobbelsteen dat je erover. Deception is... Wacht, ding met advantage? Met mijn dingen?
Might be, yeah. For identities purposes, yeah.
Oh my.
that did not help.
God.
much.
I'm good at
Wow.
this. 12 is niet vreselijk, maar wauw.
Okay.
En een 8, ja.
But
Oh,
so
boven 15 beter.
you're
Combined with
attempting to
fucking-
sell. You're attempting to sell being who you are. But where is you are now congregated at the back of the servants' quarters, which is a strange place for the king to be.
Mhm.
Where are you guys moseying off to?
Oh, man.
Are we
Who has
still
the book,
moving
by the way?
towards the king, or?
Cassius has the book because it's in Tearscan.
Do we need? Can
no,
we
I
figure
think I gave
something?
it to Nolan because he also figured out how to read it.
Or was
Did I figure it out?
Yeah, you did.
think I
You
was-
Yeah,
rolled
you,
an-
you decoded thief scans in like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
I
because you
thought
rolled an
it was
natural
like
20 on it, I
moment.
believe. You rolled really
You had like a
fucking high.
31 on it or
So
Yeah.
I'm still able to read it now. I thought it was like on just at that given time.
Here's the thing, right? I gave you guys that book to like
Yes.
figure something out. To read it now, like that. You know it. You've lowered the DC, but I'm still gonna need you to have to roll to try and get something
Well,
useful out of it.
As I understood, the book was something to be used during the infiltration of the
The
castle.
previous
Yes.
sites, yes.
When we
Yes.
came across the traps and then read the book and check.
Correct. But I also said that there were clues left by the builders on a whole number of things.
Okay.
This is me telling you you've got a MacGuffin that I can give you hints with.
Yes.
Right.
All right.
Look for an entrance to the servants' quarters so that we can stay
Yes.
out of sight of the guards, or where we expect low guard activity.
Yeah, can we find a private
Figure
corner
I'm
or
behind the
somewhere?
rest. I'd say near Cassius. So I'm just gonna move along with the others towards the entrance of the servants' quarters. I'm gonna just casually speak to him, like maybe we should fake an inspection of the securities, and I just point out like some a random, I don't know, window, some building.
Do I have?
I mean, if they ask what we're doing here,
Do I have like something I could write with, like some paper and some stuff that I can
That's what I'm-
pretend to
I'm
take fake notes on what he's pointing out?
I'm gonna try and find that in the servants' quarters.
I have ink and paper. I'm a wizard.
We just came out of the servant hall.
Oh,
I'm
you
essentially
came-
gonna just
Yeah.
grab a clipboard and pretend to
From
start writing down when he points something out and go, oh.
Right. So okay. So
Now
point
we
a
need his
note.
high vis vest and like.
yeah. So you came out of the library and the offices, which has the servants' area, right? The servants' quarters is a building entirely, but that is very close to where you are right now. But that is not directly connected. Yeah. So with that though, okay, let's go to turn 6.
And do we
And-
find anything about an underground cavern underneath the castle and how to fucking access it? Because
You want to read the
excuse
book?
my French, I can't read the book, but I
No.
have people who can read it.
We want to find a secluded spot first, right?
Yeah,
We
and
can
then
do it.
figure out.
Yeah. All right.
And then-
So
yeah.
you move to the servants' quarters, which has a lot of paths leading to it, of course, because it needs to be quite central and is important to this place. You have the choice of the front door or the back entrance again.
Are we pretending to escort the king, or do we just need to get out of sight?
No,
'Cause
you're
I'm
not
just-
escort.
I'm underneath the wall, out of line of sight. You guys are pretending to be caretakers, so I would suggest keep an eye out where the guards are, and then we can take the servant quarters to stay.
Yes.
To keep a low
I'd say
profile.
The back door, maybe.
I
Okay.
would suggest that course of action.
I
Right.
mean, the back door is a thing we should inspect. The front door is obviously not the place where people will try and enter.
So what are you doing?
I'm walking towards the back entrance of the building behind the king and Black Lantern.
Can I see if a guard has visual on the king, so that he notices him going to the servants' quarters or not?
You can assume at this point, yes. There's still a guard stopped at the top of the wall, just looking. Oh, it's the king, and
I
there's not
will-
really anything happened there yet.
I will
Do-
point
do
to
I s-
Dario and then point to the back door, as in direction that you should check there.
Do
Okay.
I see a metal object I can throw somewhere?
Right
You're
now,
carrying a metal
mm.
object, probably.
yeah. Let's throw
Okay,
your weapon. You
then
don't
I-
need it.
Take out
Uh,
null, trust.
Yeah.
Like a horseshoe or something, just something,
make a perception roll for me.
something that I will know that make a racket if I throw it away.
Sure thing.
Oh, like, yes.
Okay.
I have like 1,000 ball bearings if you need a metal object that makes noise.
I mean, the best you see is as you're approaching the servants, well, as they are approaching the servants' quarters at the back, there are like carts and everything. You see the trash being rolled out. You see a couple of buckets and let's say brushes or that are outside as well. You don't immediately see anything metal per se.
I take a bucket and throw it somewhere to distract the guard and make him look elsewhere.
Sure.
Or to try and do.
In order
But
you
remember,
are to in order for you to
towards-
do that, to get there, I will need you in stealth because you are still in the line of sight of the guard while you do this. Okay.
Oh, fucking
So-
hell.
You try to, before you reach the bucket, you realize that at this point now, there's two people watching this happen.
Okay. I abandon all hope and just follow the guys for now.
Okay.
But do you need to make I have like a bell too if you want something that makes noise.
They just need to look somewhere else, make some noise somewhere else if you can.
I have a bell that you could throw. I don't know how or why. I'm assuming it was starting equipment at some point, but
You see
it's in
Gord
my-
grabbing his bean pouch.
Cern, my precious Cern.
Distract the guards by throwing it somewhere so they look away from us, please.
What? Wait. That will just draw more attention, you know?
Mhm.
Stuff like that. It never works.
Normal.
I've been playing too much Commandos apparently.
It
Yeah,
happens in
right.
cartoons.
Would you have a
There's
bottle
not-
of wine
there's not
somewhere or
really-
cigarettes?
That's not how it works.
I say we're just strolling casually.
So we move
Yeah.
towards
Yes.
the back door of the
Yeah.
servants'
Alright.
quarters.
And we belong here.
Yes.
You know,
So
Yes, but not casually, with purpose.
I'm
Yes.
following Dario and writing stuff down when he points it out.
very well.
Do I notice any actual security flaws?
So you can make a quick perception on that. As you approach, though, immediately you are noticed. There are plenty of servants. You see some butlers. You see some maids. You see all kinds of service personnel, and they first like look at you and narrow their eyes, and then like immediate pandemonium. Like they are not even supposed to be seen by the king, right? They should be invisible and not exist. And there comes a gaggle of dignitaries, they assume, coming along with them, and they just scramble.
I
As
think
you
I'll, like,
yeah, they just avert their eyes and run. There is a little bit of commotion. You hear a few like suppressed, like little hushed screeches, and the butlers immediately like lining up in some kind of impromptu like lining up as well. There, Cassius, you look, and you do see a patrol through the streets, but not quite to where you are, but more the main roads of the thoroughfare. Here, you immediately notice, again, like with the library building, all the windows have some kind of magic on them. And you also see those little gems in the corners. The moment you approach, you see those gems jump to yellow. From blue to yellow. But nobody really is paying attention to that right now. Servants line up. They do not make eye contact, they do not speak to you. They just stand there at attention and let you pass through.
Okay, I'll point out the gems to my companions.
It's a security issue, yes.
To,
Indeed,
to check the book
Indeed.
for them.
all seems fine.
Okay. So you are now in the service quarters. From where are you going now? You are inside. You can see now the walls are lined with servants that are here. And I will say it'll take a few seconds, but now you see hushedly, or rushedly, should I say, you see a much more well-dressed butler with gold filigree and, well, a more proper attire come almost goose-stepping towards you. And, my liege, and I did not expect you here. What is the purpose of your visit?
That is indeed why you should not expect us. We are performing a security inspection. I do not trust the guards to handle this. It's a serious matter, especially with what happened yesterday. I want to take this upon myself and my dear companion. We have some experts in-house, and we are diligently looking at every detail which could impose or could be a security issue later on.
I look at my paper.
So if I would have announced my coming, that would be the purpose.
Indeed. I look at my paper and I then look at him. This is very good. This is very good. You are paying attention, and you are the first one that comes up to us as a group. That's very good. I will note this down.
You are new to the court, are you not?
I am
I'm
a
just
security
giving him-
advisor.
I'm giving him the stink eye for asking questions.
Okay.
So they have not told you. They have not told you we are inspecting the security of the inner courts.
I didn't tell anyone. No, that's why exactly why.
But that's good. That's good. That means that information stays where it should be. That's, I mean, the biggest security risk, of course, is people blabbing about. So there is discipline.
I will say, I'll let you both roll deception. Nolan, you can do so with advantage because you are still in the guise of the king, and this person is flustered. Dario, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. But by all means, forgiveness. Yesterday was indeed a horrid affair for all of us. Is there anything you require? Then how may I serve you?
I do not wish to be disturbed any longer. Please let us be. Continue whatever you were doing.
Very well, sir. And he will step aside.
Before he does, I'll interrupt him and go, we are looking very attentively at some of the guards who were involved last night, and there may be consequences for some of them. If you would not talk to them about any of this, so as to not give them a heads up that they might be up for evaluation, that would be very helpful for us.
Make a deception roll.
Indeed, fair point.
And he will just look at you, narrow his eyes for a moment. Very well, very well. No words from me or any one of us. And he looks down the hall with all the servants lined up, and they are just staring dead into the ground. And he just moves aside. As Cassius, you see another one of those little crystals turn from blue to yellow.
They're watching us.
Dat gewoon een klok of zo misschien.
Oh, a camera. I think they're cameras. Don't know.
No, you know what this is. These
It's the
are
crystals in the library. This is saying you don't have an amulet.
yep.
Ah, yes, right.
Try to swindle them out of it.
They haven't noticed.
Servants.
I was gonna like I was
Right.
doubting whether or not I should say like, oh good, yeah, the crystal's working at least.
Does the butler have an
Um,
amulet? Is he
They
ready?
all should.
Yeah, you can see that the servant maids all have, and the butlers all have these necklaces. You can immediately see that the butler has a brooch on his lapel that looks eerily like one of those amulets.
Of course, you're not wearing amulets, otherwise you cannot test the safety systems.
I will
Okay.
ask, like, where do you keep your spare supply of amulets? Do you keep them locked away and under the key?
Can you show
Okay.
us if it's adequately protected?
Are you missing any?
Okay.
We are looking into that.
That was
he
out of
just-
character. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding
yeah.
you, by the way.
Yeah.
Internal auditor.
Listen very carefully about what you're joking about and whatnot right now, eh? So,
That's why I'm stating it.
yeah, okay. So you ask this of the butler?
Are you talking to me or him?
Cassius.
I do, yeah.
Okay. So he just look, sir, they are given to us by the captain of the guards. Everyone here is thoroughly vetted. We have no missing, as far as I know. Well, I do apologize, forgiveness, but I am not privy to such information.
Are you asking me or are you telling me that you don't have any missing?
Everyone, gather up. We will do a count right now, sir. If you so please.
I'm just gonna look down at my paper and write down a thing and then look back at him.
A single bead of sweat from his perfectly like slicked back hair, like a single little bead of sweat, and he takes out the handkerchief and just taps that.
There's no need to stress if you haven't done anything false. You see, I acquired the best of the best.
We are very thorough, if nothing else.
Okay, so you see them line up, and each of them he claps his hands, and each of them just presents. Some of them have it around their arms, others have it around their neck, and they all each and every one of them presents the amulet. Of course, if you wish, I can summon everyone here, but that would perhaps break your.
This is
That
just a
wouldn't-
random spot check on the people that are currently here.
Very well.
Right.
And yeah,
Well,
you see them, like all of them, just little, and you see the entire hall fills with servants that are presenting the amulets.
How realistic would it be for Cassius to try and swipe some while he's pretending to fake inspect? That would be too obvious, right? There's no way we
a lot of
could
eyes.
see that's doing.
Okay, so Cassius, roll an Arcana check
not
for
saying-
me.
Like, okay.
I'm gonna give you a chance here.
He's just. I want to know how realistic does he think he is when he
Okay.
thinks about it.
So this is everyone here is presenting the amulets openly. And everyone's paying attention to everyone, especially now that you've made yourself a point of interest. And you don't know how much of an amulet you would need. Like if there was a piece you could grab instead that might be unable to be
fair.
spotted.
Okay.
But yeah,
Are
you don't
we
have the information.
trying to push this further, or what are we doing? I'm asking
I
the rest of
wouldn't.
the people out of character.
Continuing, we are going
I wouldn't.
continuing our way.
We're just leaving these people on it. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but we can get amulets here.
Otherwise, we are wasting time.
I have a way to potentially get
Adamel,
amulets off them.
Een amulet of niet?
Yes, I have one.
Was dat één?
How many people in total are here? Like servants, is this like 20,
Yeah.
40, 60?
Right now, there are about 24 that are presenting. Also, because I said I would last time and I didn't. Kalendula is here and open, right? So there's also a lot of looking that there's a fucking dragon. So that's another thing that I do need to take into account.
That's fair.
There is a golden
That makes
wormling.
things more difficult.
That's fair.
Yeah.
She's
gathering some attention.
I can. It's going to suck for some of them, but I could get us 5 amulets right now.
But they're gonna know. And
Yeah.
Then all hell is loose.
But
No,
he
no, no.
knows
If
where
I think, I can pull it off without them knowing, but 5 people might
Yeah, go for it.
be.
You only need 4 because the king has 1.
Yeah.
Nolan has 1.
Calendula needs one, I guess.
know.
Technically, yes.
Yes, technically.
She's a full
well, I'm
party
gonna-
member now. We did that.
Okay.
We pulled that trigger.
Then I'm gonna just walk past individual people and just do spot checks, and then add 5 random people. Because with Calendula we're 6, but Nolan has 1, so we only need 5.
Yes.
Then in 5 cases, I'm gonna go, and like inspect it more closely, and then call
You see
Daniel
one of the
over and like
Yeah, one of the kitchen maids is like getting a little nervous as you're starting to look like.
and I'm gonna pull Dario over it and then like have a little discussion with him. This one looks off.
Yes, indeed.
It doesn't.
It's
You see, and then like I compare it with the one from the person that this one.
fake.
And like I point 5 people have to step forward, and I go like and then I'll walk back to the king and say king and Black Lennos, of course, and I'll give my reports for like there's 5 that appear suspicious and tampered with in some way, so I feel like we should confiscate them and
Yes, confiscate them and give them a document of retrieval where they will get a new one within 24 hours.
I'll say
No.
to those people like confiscate your amulets, and I'll point to the head dude and say, do you have anywhere you could detain these people in their own quarters?
Okay, so
I am fucking up
there's a
5
little
people's
bit.
lives. Yes, I am aware.
Yeah, there's a little bit of commotion, but they are terrified. So it's like literally like
Yes.
being decimated, like you.
No,
and
yeah,
just-
like just
yeah.
I'm gonna, not that it will help, but I'll say like just to be clear, we've currently only established that something's wrong with your amulets. We're not saying you're involved, but you will be investigated. But if you've done nothing wrong, as the king has said, if you've done nothing wrong, then you've got nothing to fear. Just
You
we
see,
will be back,
Okay,
cooperate, and
So,
we'll be fine.
I
But
need
don't leave town or this building.
I need a deception roll. I will say Cassius from a group deception roll between Cassius, Gord, and Nolan. As you 3 are most involved in this.
Otherwise,
Just-
you'll be executed on the
Can I
spot.
can I quickly?
I wanna add my D8 to this.
Okay.
I'm too
What
late,
do you
I
want?
need to focal.
That's the advantage of
I
No.
wanted to
guys
add
are rolling
guidance.
horrible.
Okay.
Give it
the
back to you.
advantage of female
Uh,
ability and
I will allow a guidance. It is a little open. But who do you give it to?
No, I guess.
I rolled an 18 with my
Huh?
silence.
Okay, yeah, you rolled a
haven't
fucking 8. I
scored
saw
yet.
that.
That was helpful. That's doing a lot of heavy lifting.
So Nolan,
And-
you get a 1d4.
Okay. And
Oh, he
Gord
had
technically
charisma
gets Gord technically gets advantage because he's pretending to be someone else as a as a
Yeah.
as
I
a
have
the
cha-
Let's go.
changeling.
En een 11.
Yeah.
11, 18 en 21.
Yeah, that's not bad. Okay,
It's not bad.
that is okay. Now we're gonna see the head butler, who has some insight.
Oh boy.
Prepare to kill them all.
It's gonna get messy.
All the innocent servants.
I'll prepare
All of-
flame strike.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
you take 5 high clearance amulets from these people, and they immediately are gathered up, and escorted away. I will say that because of that, there are 2 guards that come in. They get relayed the message by the head butler, who is insistent. They look at the commotion here and then grab these people and escort them away. Because they now also are unprotected by the security. You've successfully created another path of people who are going to be triggering alarms because they are unprotected.
Say,
Yeah,
I
right.
calculated to doing that.
Right on the
Say I planned for that.
Yeah.
Damn, no idea.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right. Look at all
Okay.
my casters.
Yeah,
I will
doomed
say-
5 innocent people, but you know.
Turn 8. Yeah, there's something about the alignment charts that's like changing a little bit, but that's fine.
It's the greater good is doing a lot of heavy lifting, but I am aware that the villain we're currently going towards has said a lot of the same things.
As long as they still have their souls, I think we can do what we want.
They don't
I mean,
have a
I'm
soul,
making
they're
a
dead.
mental note. I need to go and fix that if I'm
Yeah.
able to, and if I'm not
just-
able to, then it
We
doesn't
need
matter
to
'cause
reach
they're
the
all
guards.
doomed.
We need to reach the
So
captain of
the
the guard.
guards are gone, right? And the butler is still there.
Yeah, at this
We need to get
point,
out of here.
everyone gets dispersed. The head butler, let's say, is still standing there. And if that will be all, so
Yes.
Ah.
For
I have
now.
one more. I have one more.
Oh, sorry.
Private room, private room.
Nee, we moeten er weg, want alle alarmen zijn afgegaan.
Ja, maar we
Ja,
moeten een
wel,
private room ergens
I'm
vinden.
gonna
Maar niet hier.
I'm gonna cast GS, and I'm gonna
What?
tell him
that
you will now
I
show. Well,
yeah I
yes.
will say, Gaius takes a minute to cast. Okay,
Oh, is it?
Yes.
that is
Wait,
10
wait.
Casting time
rounds.
of a minute.
Ah,
Yes. That's a lot of time. We don't have time.
I shall not do it. No.
No, you can pull it back. I'm just nobody
Walk
ever
with me while I cast a
realizes.
spell on you.
Yeah,
No,
nobody ever realizes that it's like a minute cast. It's not a combat spell, and technically you're not in combat. But or if you want to go for 10 rounds, let everything
We
happen.
don't really have a minute to chill here.
No,
Yeah.
we don't.
We noticed that the crystals went off. What happened here? Oh, nothing. We're just
Then
bewitching
let's-
your wizard. Your butler.
Thank
Your
you.
butler.
That
Yeah.
will be all.
For
And
now.
I turn to my companions. Let's continue to the next quarters.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, he just
One
stands
order.
and you pass on by.
As soon
Okay.
as we're out of eye shot, we should distribute and put on the amulets.
Yep.
In a not so obvious place, because some people might recognize them as being servants' amulets and not.
Okay,
I'll wear them under my
Yeah.
abbey. My abbey.
right.
my
So for
abbey.
that, I need another stealth roll
Never.
because you are trying to be sneaky about this. Or stealth or sleight of hand, your choice.
Everybody or just
Okay.
Everybody, everybody except Nolan, who's already got an amulet. And I'll do one for Linda as well.
Oh, nice. Nice. Good rolls, right?
Okay.
Does it even matter what you roll? I mean,
Crit
Next
stack.
level, one of my features says if I roll lower than an 11, it's an 11. So no.
Is it 15 even? No? Yeah.
No, reliable
No?
talent is 11 or lower.
all right.
Okay, yeah. Alright, and then we'll plus the bonuses, because the other group has a rogue and it's always 15 because of that.
Oh yeah, no, it's 11. The
Yeah.
roll is counted as 11,
Yeah.
and then the bonuses get added. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my lowest roll of sleight of hand will be the 24, ironically.
Fuck. There you go. So, a little thing of, a little showing of things to come. So. Okay. Yeah, I did. 21. You now have a dragon wormling with a fucking amulet dangling.
Don't eat it, Calendula. Don't eat it.
Does Black Lennox know Calendula exists? Or not?
Yep.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not-
Yeah.
He was there.
Okay,
She
so the
was an egg.
timelines. Okay, so she was.
Yeah.
She existed when he existed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
briefly.
He knew her as an egg.
we got her like on the second or third session. of the campaign.
Yeah.
As
No,
a
no, he
dragon
knew
or
her.
as an
He
egg?
knew her
Yeah.
as a
Hag-
wormling.
The hags. No, a bit later. Yeah, a bit later.
Yeah, and then Van doesn't count a lot, but like a dude.
He was there when she gave birth. Well, she crawled out of the egg.
Yeah. Birthed.
The word
Um.
you're looking for is hatched.
Yeah. Sure.
That's it. That's
Fair.
Oh damn.
All right. So you move through the servant quarters. Everyone is sort of now the whispers have gone through. That people are staying out of the way. You duck around a corner and don't seem to have been noticed as you quickly put on all the amulets. And now can move without issue. Now, that would have been turn 8. Now we go to turn 9. At that point, let me just roll a couple of times here to see how things progress. Okay. Oof.
That does worry me. Do we have time
okay.
now to check the book for the underground caverns and ways to get there, or basically the spot where Black Lenas is? It needs to be under the castle. We have
Black Lenos
Notes
is
of
not
the
under
builders.
the castle currently. He's in the royal hall alongside.
But there
Yeah.
was something
Not King.
underneath the castle, no? Something
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
being-
Two dots.
That is the
Backstones.
backstone. Yes.
So now you
So we're
are,
going-
I will say, you are on at level with where Black Lenas and Seth are. And you are basically at the, if you want to exit here, and that would be through the front door of the servants' quarters, you would be like directly facing the back of the building where they are at. So in feet, you would be maybe 15, 20 feet away from them. There's still a wall, so you'd still have to go to the front of the building.
Do I know it's only a single wall?
Right now, the
I wouldn't
building
know.
outside, there are windows here. So as you are in the servants' quarters, there are windows, and you can see the large great hall of the king. And it looks to be built like a church. It might have started as a church at some point. So it has decent walls.
So if hypothetically we go out of this building and then we remove the wall of the royal hall, we're right face to face with them.
Gonna draw.
You would be behind whatever structure is there. Yeah. You would be, there's like the
No,
15,
but
20
whatever,
feet.
we are in a building.
Yeah.
If we exit this building, then we are
Yeah.
looking at another building.
Yes.
If we then make a giant hole in the wall of that building, we are inside that building. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Because I do have a window.
You have a window.
Oh,
I'll
giant
just
hole.
kinda do that. It's not a big hole, but
It's a hole.
I accidentally forgot my 15 pounds of C4 at home. Huh?
That will go by
Hey,
unnoticed.
Let's say don't draw as much attention and
Okay, we need to figure
Just
out
walk
what we're
around.
doing. Is it Black Lenas and Satyane? Is it the
I
Backstone?
thought we were
Backstone.
moving here to
Yes,
kill
we're
Black
going
Lenas
down.
and Satyane. I thought that was the plan.
Backstone. Okay, we need to find a
What?
way down then. Can we check the book?
Wait, are we killing them or are we finding the
No.
backstone? What are we doing?
The
Backstone.
Packstone. If we have the Packstone, it's way easier to kill
Right.
them.
Okay, so but that should have been discussed and mentioned earlier then, because I thought we were moving towards them. This
Dani was
entire
shaped
time
as
we've been
backstone.
moving towards them and not
Yeah.
towards the backstone.
Is it?
That's what,
Ah.
what you
Yes,
said
that's
earlier,
what
yeah.
that's what the two dots meant. It's Satyane and Black Lenas.
I
Yes.
thought the two dots were the large Packstone and the small Packstone.
No, the
Oh.
small backstone is on Black
It's always
Lenas,
on Black
most
Lenas,
likely.
probably. Yeah.
Ah,
And the
okay
big
then. Yes,
Packstone-
okay then.
yeah, no.
I'm mistaken. Yes, okay.
Okay, then
Either
we
it's
go.
fine. The backstone is like really deep now.
Yeah. It's still
And those two are
miles
close
below
by,
almost
yeah.
straight down. It is almost straight down from where you are. Hundreds of feet.
But those two are probably not alone. They have guards at us.
Almost straight down. How far down and how fast can Dario dig as a badger?
Badger,
No,
badger,
we're
badger,
gonna
badger,
find out.
badger.
Would we know?
Let's,
Uh,
let's walk
maybe-
around the corners to our two targets.
Think about a giant badger in my NPC stuff.
Second,
Bad.
I can pass wall.
You can what?
But only you can bring us
Yeah.
with you, can you?
To do what exactly?
So, by the way, I would say 300 feet down on estimate. So that's 100 meters.
I was gonna say that's not a lot, but 100 feet of rock or 300 feet of rock is a lot of rock.
If you want to engage in combat with him, I can literally create a hole in the wall where he can go through.
I still don't know if that is what we, because I thought that was the plan, but other people are saying we should go for the pact zone. So what is currently
this is-
the plan?
So target is Blacklenas.
Yeah.
I
Can we
thought so.
isolate him? Can we isolate him somewhere or not?
Yeah, that would be best if we can
Okay.
separate.
How are we gonna do that?
Could we?
If we like cheese,
We
should
can't just
cheese
bag
trap.
him and then teleport out with Black Lenas, right? That won't work. No, because he has a small pact zone and then he uses it and then we all die.
Yeah, probably.
No, that won't work.
At this
And
point,
also
I
it
need
was
all of you to
fine.
make wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh fuck.
Ja, we zijn tijd aan het verliezen. Hè. Dus oftewel gaan we
Ja,
nu
ja.
gewoon voor Blacklenas, of we gaan nog palaveren, of we gaan de boek
We gaan er
checken.
gewoon voor. Ja.
Ja, gewoon ervoor gaan. Ja, wie is
Ja, maar als ze hem dan teleport naar zijn pact doen, dan is het weer gedaan.
Ja,
dat
oké.
is staan we allemaal binnen zoveel feet van Gord?
Ja, iedereen die vlak bij mij staat krijgt +3.
Some might
zullen
need
we
it.
wel
Gonna
just
need
kinda
it.
Dat is al mijn 4e 1, jongen. Echt, jongen.
Iedereen krijgt inderdaad +3 van mijn aura. Because we
Ja,
need it
wauw.
badly.
Ja, wat is het?
Oké.
7 ook weer. Wacht. Is het,
Dus 16
ah,
dan
plus
erbij.
7. Er komt nog 4 bij. Dus die is 10.
Great.
Echt.
Okay.
Ja.
So,
18 dan.
what are you guys doing?
I guess
Well,
we're moving and we're killing
yeah.
Black Lenas.
Yeah,
Moving.
speed,
Yeah, let's
speed
go.
is important.
Okay.
So we're going outside the building, and then Cassius is making a hole.
Because Gord knows they're like
Yeah,
literally
their exact
10
position.
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
We
Alright.
we're
need to
moving
come up with
outside,
a.
and then we're gonna make a hole.
We need to come up with an intimidating phrase we say as we bust down the wall. I'm blanking. I don't know.
So we're moving
Just
to that
3
level
minutes
with
on
Blacklenas.
that.
Wacht. Dus we volgen de muur totdat we gelijk zijn met Blacklenas en daar gaan we gewoon naar binnen. Of wat, is dat de master?
Dat is het plan.
Ja.
Ja.
This is
Okay,
the
let's go
master
then,
sim. We've been building up to this for weeks. All right.
Let's fucking go. Hup, gedaan met Severen naar Blacklenas en we gaan
Surprise,
gewoon
motherfucker.
iemand uitklappen. Ja.
Okay.
Yeah.
We blow up the wall. We rappel down, and
Doe je dat niet?
And how do you blow up the wall?
you blow
Window.
up. The wall.
No, I
Just
gently
a hole?
create a hole in the. I don't blow it up.
Yeah, it was a silent kind of thing.
You
Right?
gently create a hole. Okay. I mean that works.
Do you
I
still have a
guess.
window?
I have a window, but it's like I can. It's not very big. I think.
Can
it's-
we move through it? Every fucking
Yeah,
time,
would be-
guys.
Would be a-
Every time.
I will look up how big it is.
Okay,
Okay.
we're
It's
moving.
2 feet
we're
by 4
moving.
feet, which is
Mhm.
not
Yes. we
Big
are-
enough.
very big, but
We can
it's-
throw. We can
we
throw.
can get through it.
Mine is
throw
5
somebody
by
one by
8
one.
feet.
Okay, let's go.
So,
Let's just go.
Use a
in the
window.
middle
Use a
of the road.
window. Then I can keep my spell. It's a 5th level.
The window is 2 feet by 4 feet, so it's gonna be 1 by 1 that we have to funnel through, which I'm imagining is not ideal.
Mine is 5 by 8, so it's 2 by 2.
That's 2 feet.
Just do
away.
it.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out a window and slap it on the wall.
Okay.
Are we level with
It's-
Blacklenas already, or are we just gonna jump?
Yeah,
So
I was- I
here's
only
the
do
thing.
that when
All right,
we're
there's
level with
an order to these things. Okay, so if you guys are moving outside, Cassius passively around the grand hall, you do see at the edges of your vision that there are patrolling guards. They're not really paying you mind right now, but they are in the distance at a few hundred feet distance. Okay, you are now at the back. Let's imagine that you are coming out of the servants' quarters. You are facing the back of, let's say, the back of a church, the circular area, the bow of the church. It has large, tall windows at the back of it as well, right? And there you sense that about 15 to 20 feet inside this area, there are two spots for gourds, being Black Lenas and Saf. If you move alongside, again, there are alleyways. You can indeed go to one of the sides, place one window, and see if you can indeed pass through. If you want to be level,
then if we do that,
you could be out of sight to do this. And it's either do you want to enter immediately into the room that Black Lenas is in, or do you still want to move around the innards of the hall? I will also say, Cassius, that passively right now, you don't hear a sound coming from inside. Not a single sound.
I do love and am very amused at the visual of just Black Lenas sitting in his office and just a small window appearing and then just one face popping up going, "Hello, fuckface," and then one person steps through the window and then another person slowly steps through the window and then
honk honk, it's a clown car.
oh, you're in real trouble once we're set up and ready to fight you, buddy boy.
Yeah.
Suddenly I have the Harry Potter Deathly Hallows scene in my head. But
I was more thinking of like
Hallows?
I have no idea. Not a reference for
no
me.
idea what scene you're envisioning.
Yeah, when the wands interconnect and the last people killed by Voldemort jump out. Sorry if spoilers, internet.
Oh no!
It's old enough at this point.
Yeah.
Priori incantatem.
For the
Bro.
one person watching us right now. So
Yeah. Okay.
Any other
So is that
refugees
the
you
plan? So you just... I
we
just wanted...
skedaddle on the window on the side, or what do we do?
are there objections or not? Because else this is the plan.
Ja, is er een andere kamer in kunt, dan is dat beter, hè?
Yes,
Yeah,
other room
Yeah.
first.
going through another room is better.
Okay,
Okay.
let's go.
You place the window on the back of the church. I need all of you
Not the
again.
back at the side, the alley one.
Yeah, at the side alley. I'll say... I'm not gonna let you guys roll stealth for this.
You know what's gonna happen then.
Because there's no point,
you
because
move...
we automatically escape detection.
Sure, yeah, exactly. The window is placed, and the moment you open it, it looks dark and shadowy.
I can see in the dark.
Yes, but
No, you can't.
that's
Not in
magic
this
of darkness.
darkness.
it doesn't
It's deeper than 2
pierce.
feet. Well.
Shadows of Hadara, or what's it called?
No, the
I
window
don't
is
know.
only 2 feet deep, so if the wall is deeper than that, it doesn't work. Or is
2
the
feet
window
is
open and
2 feet is 60 centimeters, so
60
that's
centimeters, yeah.
yeah, it's
That's a big
plenty.
wall.
Yeah,
It's not
So-
bad then. It's just
no,
dark.
there
and
you
shadowy
see
stuff.
like shadowy darkness, and which your eyesight cannot pierce.
Oh, that's bad.
I push in my arm to see what happens.
You hear Boris
Wow.
scream. No, you you pass your hand through. It's perfectly fine.
Okay,
But we wouldn't be able to see a thing.
I say shed some light.
I jump in
Okay. You see.
and I cast. Oh, this is gonna suck, isn't it? Do I cast
Wait,
light
yes.
or daylight?
No.
I close the window behind Boris and go, finally, we're done.
All right, Nolan, let's pull a teleport out. Job done.
Hey, Tano,
Um,
we're back. Sorry, Boris didn't make it.
I take a small pebble.
Round
take a
3,
small-
eh? Yeah.
I take a small pebble, cast daylight on it, and I open it as I enter the darkness.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
You-
gonna place the
You
template.
see Boris step through. You don't hear a sound. You don't see his daylight. You see the daylight being cast as he steps through, and the daylight vanishes along with him.
If the
I will
spell
follow.
area overlaps with an area of darkness created by a spell of 3rd level or lower, the spell that created the darkness is dispelled.
Indeed, this does not happen.
I'm assuming the DM knew that.
Well, I'll just follow in after him.
Yeah, I'll also follow.
Okay.
My weapon
Into
ready.
the now.
I wait
I'll
till
be-
I feel somebody. I stand still and I wait till somebody bumps into me.
Well, hang on, Boris. First, the guys who go in. So, Dario, Gord, they all step into the shadow. You don't. Again, you hear nothing. Nolan, you as well, or Cassius
I
first.
want to be the last to enter.
Both
Okay,
of us
so-
are still standing outside.
Yeah, the two of you are still standing there. You hear nothing from the other side.
Yeah, I don't know. If we call the guards to this, are they going to intervene because the king is in a black bubble of weird smoke, or?
I have no idea, but we should all join.
Yeah, okay. I'll step into the weird black smoke cloud thing.
Okay, Nolan, you're
Be
left.
sure to close the window behind you, though.
And then I go in as well.
All right. So all of you on the other side, you look back, and the window is covered in smoke, but the area you are in is perfectly fine. Only the barrier that is placed on this is shadowy and opaque.
Oops.
And then, so, oh my god, they're doing some kind of dark ritual
Now,
and
Boris
stuff.
casting daylight and.
Yeah,
Well,
so
maybe we-
light is pouring out from everywhere. Every corner of this room is blasting with light. You find yourself in the back quarters of the Royal Hall of Olossa. And you now, immediately as you do, because I'm for sanity's sake, I'm going to say you all did this in a single turn. There's a few things. You feel something break on you, as if someone was watching you and now they are not.
Yep.
Nolan, you can
Bye-bye,
surmise.
No longer seeing us.
Yeah, the wisdom saving throws that I asked you to do were Thanos mages after 30 seconds, scrying on each of you. That was 30 seconds of time.
Yeah.
Now you enter, and this is gone. You also feel, well, actually hear sounds suddenly. The first thing most of you hear is the clanging of chains. Something is pulling on chains. You are in an ancillary room to the hall at the back of it. You still see like servants' areas, little small narrow walkways where servants could come and go. And maybe also an escape route for the king, must such a thing be needed. Now, I will say, in order of passive perception, which is definitely Cassius first, and I'm thinking then it's gonna be Dario.
I got 15.
What is, of course, yeah. Like,
You got 15. Yeah, so yeah, 15 for Boris. Yeah. So okay. Cassius, Dario, Boris, and then the rest. You hear a conversation. But it is well, do any of you speak Infernal?
wait, let me check. Abyssal, no.
Okay.
I speak Common, Celestial, and Dalkish.
Dalk.
Do they speak
What
in
even
text
is-
balloons? Then I can read them.
No. So you do not hear, but
Common and criminal.
there you go. So Cassius, then Dario, then Boris. You hear a conversation in Infernal. Cassius, this is a low, growling voice, biting, and that shakes the very stone of the building. And it is almost incomprehensible that you did not hear it from the outside. Definitely something magical is holding back the sound.
I'm bagging the stone as I see it has no use, by the way, to cover up. The
Okay,
light.
so the daylight is still in your pack, but it's really working there. Dario,
Axe catches fire.
Dario, you recognize this voice. You think. Make a history roll for me. And Boris, you hear the rowling, grumbling voice as well, but you've never heard it before. Dario. When you last heard this voice, it was speaking a language you could understand. But this is stronger. This is lower. This is more visceral. Angry. You remember it from when you took down the night hag. And again the chains rattle. And there you hear also infernal beings spoken, but by the voice of the king. And a little lower as well, you hear the voice of Black Lenas answering in the same tongue.
Oh boy.
Right now, they have not been alerted.
Did they capture Stonar?
Well, I can't understand them, so I don't know.
Me neither.
But I do communicate this, the fact that the fiend of Black Cannons is in there as well.
And for me and the other people at home watching, who is the third voice? Because I have no idea who it is.
Well, when we captured, we were fighting the hag, but the fight was pretty, well, say, pittig. At some certain point, well, I'd say, what is that? The patron of the
Yeah,
warlock
Black Lenas is a warlock, and his
His
patron,
is
is a demon
fiend,
lord.
and the
yeah,
fiend showed up.
demon
Okay.
fiend. I don't know. We don't really
Yeah.
know exactly what it is, but
The
The-
bad
there.
guy, probably.
And it's
The
very
story
powerful.
you got was that Black Lena struck a deal for for insurance. You don't know if it's his patron or not. You don't know that.
Right. But that's what we surmised.
Yes.
That's what you surmised, but you never asked, and it was never confirmed. So the fiend was there.
We asked
Let-
plenty, you never confirmed.
Devil, to be technically correct, but
There is a so there's a devil. There's Black Lenas who is connected with the devil somehow, and then there's
Yes,
the
but
king.
we do
Well,
not
the
know.
not king.
We do not know if the devil is on friendly terms right now because there are chains. So we'll
Mhm.
see.
Maybe I hate to ask, but Cassius, can you go take a look on your own?
What?
If we all take a look together,
Wait,
Zo,
It's
like
like-
6 koppeltjes die zo...
Yeah.
achter
Yeah,
elkaar
I
zitten.
was imagining the same
Scooby-Doo.
thing.
Yeah.
first,
or I don't know.
first when I notice,
But me and Boris
they
can go
are-
take a look, but that won't turn out
I
good.
mean, I can try,
Yeah,
but I
I-
don't understand their language, so...
I
Because if
recognize a
it's-
voice. I understand. I recognize their voices. We are not in the same room, so I will first and foremost cast Pass Without Trace at this point.
Okay.
Could have cast
If it's those three against us 6, I'm not sure we can win that
We've got
fight.
them at number 2 to 1.
Yeah, that's true, but
I'm not sure it's
I
three.
don't know the situation, so
yeah, that's why I wanted to let Cassius go take a look.
And then if I get eviscerated, you guys just quietly slip out back.
Yeah. Cassius turns the corner and becomes a bloodstain on the wall.
I can try and sneak in as well. I mean,
No, it's fun. I
thing
am
for
fine
if
taking a
one
look.
guy goes and Cassius is pretty dang sneaky.
I'm just gonna shut up because I have a suspicion of what I'm gonna see, but I'm unsure.
And
Hello,
Cassius can
lads.
tell us what's happening.
Well, I know Stormdar and Tatiani
I
are
have-
really friends.
I have too much knowledge of the other side, so I know what's going on to a degree.
You think you know what's going on. It might be, but it might not be.
I was figuring it out before the big disconnect happened with Black Lena, so
Well,
True. Or you think you were figuring it out. I mean, I'm fine with Cassie's going to take a look if that is what the rest wants.
Okay. So
wants to do.
Before you go, I'll hand you a bean and I say, you might need this.
and I'll give you some guidance.
okay.
I eat the bean.
Oh, you're
Uh,
a
Well, it's right out of your stomach.
There's actually a written,
I walk
written
in with the
effect.
bean like a hand grenade with
Yeah.
the pin pulled. Like I've got this bean and I'm not afraid to use it. So let's talk.
the holy hand.
Oh, I'm gonna flick it at you. I'm gonna flick it at you. Oink.
Als je die wilt gebruiken, moet je die wel in grond steken en nat maken. Dus ik heb altijd een zakje grond bij.
MPP heb ik MPP heeft van altijd beschikbaar.
Iedereen heeft altijd wel een waterfles, hè? Daar ga ik
Ja.
wel
Je
van
hebt
uit.
zo een zakje grond en dan een fles water en dan zo'n plankje
Ja.
ertussen. En als je dat plankje lostrekt, dan stroomt het
Zo,
water
ja.
en dan kun je dat
Ja.
spijten.
In a minute, all of you are going to be sorry.
Ja, het is een minuut wel. Ik geef u een zakje droge grond mee en een boom. Moest je
Ja.
het nodig hebben.
Ja.
En mijn guidance naar Cassius is: don't wear plate if you need to go stealth.
That's like saying pull down your pants if you want to poop.
En je,
Obviously.
Alright.
For some people, that's hard, man.
als je advantage nodig hebt, moet je met een cloak lenen, want dan is het niet...
I think it's
Nee, het is
gonna be
oké.
fine.
You
Ja,
get
ik
plus
weet
10.
niet. I think,
You-
ik denk dat ik dat ook al heb van die club op
I
de
think it's
back.
gonna roll
Yeah.
40 or something.
Ja, dat kan.
Yeah, you get a plus
Maar nee,
10
die
to
gaat
whatever
3
you
rollen
roll.
en 52 hebben of zo waarschijnlijk.
That's what I mean.
There we
So I
go.
need to roll stealth.
Yep, nothing right on this. Plus 10 to it, and plus a d4. Haha.
Het is...
Oh, ik ken aan 20.
Nog een D4.
Slash FT. Roll 1d4. So that's
22.
22
32.
plus
Nou.
10.
Great.
32. I'll add by the
Ja.
8 just because I can.
Maar die plus 10 is alleen als ze bij de... In de
Yeah,
buurt
that's
zijn.
in range,
yeah,
but I
yeah,
would say
yeah,
it's this isn't a big space that you guys are in, okay?
It's
So
28 without Dario's bonus and 38 if I do have it.
38. Okay,
Told you.
And that's from rolling an
Almost
8, by the way.
all right.
Ja, wauw.
I have plus 13 to stealth.
So
We know.
Ik heb al 33 plus een D4.
you
37 plus een 10.
move towards the sound of the chains and voices, and you come around basically into the room where light is pouring in. You see lots of red velvet, large windows where light is shining through, beautiful colors everywhere, an opulent room. And you come out of this servant's exit that was left somewhat slightly ajar, and you very deftly open the door and poke your head through Scooby-Doo style. And what you see there is, at the center, a large circle, a summoning circle has been drawn. You see candles dripping with black ink and incense still catching your nose, almost watering your eyes. And in the midst of this, you see this creature. But it is bound. It is gigantic. It dwarfs both, no pun intended, both like Lena's and the king's stature. But they are standing near the throne, defiantly, against this winged monster, the 3-4 times your size, as it is chained to the circle of magic by ethereal manacles and grimacing this face in pain as it is cursing and biting at those two.
Yeah.
But they are having a conversation in Infernal.
Yeah, how far are they from me?
Not far, maybe 20 feet, maybe less.
Maybe 20 feet.
And you also see that Black Lennis is holding a small blue crystal.
Do I know enough to know that this is the Pact Stone my companions have been constantly talking about? Because I haven't actually seen one.
You haven't seen one, but you have seen it described, and it is a most vibrant blue, a light blue, much lighter than sapphire, which you have seen in the past. This is almost fluorescent. It looks alien and wrong, but beautiful.
Okay. And there is light here because the darkness thing was just us going through the barriers. This is a
Yeah, it was
normally lit
literally
room
just
because it's day.
because of a certain spell has been cast on this area, and certain things are not able to be done here.
The room is empty. There's not a bunch of commoners and guards just standing
No,
here.
it is just the three of them.
Okay. I'm gonna skedaddle on back and relay this to my companion.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go back and relay this to my companions and ask them if they know how to break that containment or
I don't
capture.
think we...
Banishment is not the right word, right?
Wow. I'd say we have a friend in that room, don't we?
I'm assuming so, yes, but how do we free it?
I don't think we want to free it. No, it's a demon.
Yeah,
it's
I want to
evil.
free it.
It might wreak havoc worse than what Blacklands will do.
We don't
At
Blacklands
least
still
he-
thinks he's doing a good
Does
thing.
Boris
I
have
never-
knowledge about devils or not? Or
Yeah,
does he
you would,
use it
yes.
as-
Yeah, you know the difference between devils and demons. Yeah.
Does he know that they are transactional and can be bartered with for his freedom?
You know, yeah, without a religion roll, I will say you know the basics. You know that demons are chaotic. You know that devils are lawful. They are evil. No doubt about it. They serve the hells. But, yes, they are to be bargained with.
It's dangerous territory.
I mean,
I'm just saying, if what Cassius saw is interpreted correctly, because there's a lot to unpack here. And I have so much questions, but I'm not going to ask them because I know too much, I think. But I do relate to my party members. They can be bargained with. They're not just mindless beings bent on evil. They're just evil, but they work with contracts. They are transactional. We can leverage his freedom towards his help afterwards, probably, because in the moment he will go apeshit, I assume.
And those deals always turn out bad for
Yes.
the board.
We
But-
already give him something. We don't take
I
anything
feel like
in return.
it's a very reasonable deal to say we'll free you and then you help us
We
fight
don't.
Black
We
Lennis,
just
and then
free
we go
him,
our
and
own
if
way.
Yeah,
he
I'd say
But do
Yes.
we
Yeah.
unleash him onto this world?
yes, I mean, how
Or
would you
in-
feel if you're chained up and you're then set free and
It
the
doesn't-
two people in front of you that chained you up are there?
he just
Yeah,
want
you
to
might
play.
kill them, but they might wreak
Okay, guys,
havoc on the
tempo.
world.
Yeah, then we
tempo.
kill him.
yeah,
You know.
I don't. I mean, I'm right there. We have our two targets in front of us.
We banish him, we run, and then it's the castle his problem.
No,
Yes.
we
Say
free
we
the
just-
devil, we kill Black Lennis and Seth, and then if the devil is still alive and angry, we kill the devil.
We barter. We
But do we
barter
have
to
to
say
free
we
the
give
devil?
you freedom. Get the fuck out of here. Back to the 9Ls. That's the best I can come up with now.
You hear
I
a
have no
scream
idea.
You hear a scream coming from the room. You hear the devil cry out in pain. And you hear a laugh coming from Seth. Where the
We need to
king
go.
is.
We need
If
to
you
go.
wanna, if you
Make a
wanna
choice.
make a deal, can you make a mental?
We don't need to make a
I
deal.
can
Free him.
telepathically
whoa.
talk with the
Just
devil
kidding.
and like I
Can
can
you talk with the devil at beforehand then?
I can
I mean,
that's
it
why I
is-
asked how far he was. I can mentally connect with him up to 60 feet, so I
Yeah,
can
I
just
think that
kind
might
of
be the best.
say like, if we help you,
We are in
you kill
enemy
Black Lance and then
territory.
you fuck off.
We're discovered by guards. We are under severe time pressure, and we just lost our connection to our only way out. We don't have time
We're
to
talking
barter
out
with.
of character to figure this out. This is
Ja,
fine.
but opnieuw,
Nothing is happening.
time hè. Time blijft doorlopen hè. Dit is...
Nee, er is gezet al out of character gewoon.
I
Yeah.
would not connect to the devil, just free him. Afterwards say, hold, time out. We freed you, get the fuck out, and each goes his own way. He's in his realm, we stay in our realm. That's what I say. From the information I get as Boris.
Okay, do
If
we
you wanna
know
make a
how
deal,
to free
I'll-
him?
Talk to
Because
him.
I don't know how
beforehand,
magic
because
works.
he might know, yeah, and he might be able to help. But I don't wanna free him, to be honest.
I'm
As
asking.
I-
I'm asking the guys who know about Arcana. Do we know how to free him, or do I need to go and telepathically ask him how do I free you?
I don't know how
it's-
to free him. I haven't seen it circle. Just do it, okay? Just telepathically connect to him then.
Is that the plan then? Everybody cool with that?
Yeah. And if
And
he doesn't
that's
have the
true, but if you
answer,
want to do that,
if he doesn't have the
I-
answer, we go in there immediately and then we free him. We'll see.
That's a chance for discovery. Again, we have the stealth advantage now. We can get a free roll, lock out Black Lenas, focus on
Yeah.
one of the two of them. You're giving that up potentially. And then because they will react first then and we lose a round. So either we win a
surprise
round
attack
or we
is
lose a
definitely
round.
what we need, but we can still make.
That's the risk.
We can talk with the devil first, if you want,
Yeah, but
without losing our cover.
Yeah.
The
Go
devil,
ahead,
they will
Cassius.
notice.
if you deal with a devil, he will always win. Don't deal, just say we
You
gave
want
you
to
a
free
freedom.
him. Why do we free him then?
Because he's
Because-
in pain, he's screaming, he's definitely not on their side.
Yes, exactly. I agree.
And the enemy of my enemy does not make him my friend, but he does fucking kill my enemy. So
Agreed.
it's
So no deal, but you can ask him how to free him.
So what am I doing, if anything?
Or do we just jump black
I-
on us
I-
first?
if you ask me, I would just barge in and disrupt whatever they're doing and try to free him on the spot while we
Okay,
are
that's
dealing
fair.
with those two.
So we do a surprise attack on Black Lanaz or the king? Who we have to focus fire?
Black
One of
Lenas.
them.
I have
Okay.
something
I'm
that
gonna-
can lock out Black Lenas, possibly.
Black Lenas first.
All right.
Do
I
we
will.
focus
I
fire
can
on
do
Black
it
Lanaz?
on 2 targets.
Yeah, what is it?
It's something I got from Helios. Homebrew.
Homebrew. Okay.
Okay, and I thought
It's
that
a laser gun.
I talked to Nolan. Maybe target all the candles.
Okay.
How? Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna take
So
a bathroom break.
we wanna do
real quick
burst
before we do
damage.
some-
On Black Lanaz, all at the same time.
Alright.
On Black Lenas or on the ritual?
Yeah. Black Lenas.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'd say we all do the same thing. We do focus damage on the
okay.
same guy, and we burst him down, and go for damage, and maybe not
Yeah.
shenanigans
Yeah.
if we can.
I don't really have a lot of single target burst. but it's
Because
okay.
yeah, that's the problem with casters, I guess. Yeah, do what you think is best, but they probably have legendary resistances.
How far are we from them, by the way, if we enter the room?
When you enter the room, you are. Well, the demon. The devil is in the middle. So he's about 20, 25. Cassius did not have a visual on Seth or Black Lenas.
Was the room like
Okay.
larger than 100 feet? Can
No.
we?
I want to go for.
No, no. Okay.
I will say, because he's not here with his idea, his insight, I'll say the room is currently about a 60 feet square.
Oh yeah, okay, that's not too big.
So there's a door, right? We just open. I don't know,
There is a servant's entry, yeah.
and we just barge in. Okay.
Yeah.
We need our surprise round, and
Yeah.
if my spell hits, maybe the ritual is disturbed. Else, break the circle. I would say if you can.
Mechanically, do we have advantage on a surprise roll? Or
Zou Martijn iets van runen of dergelijke kunnen naschetsen?
We'll have to ask him when he gets back. If you guys want to take a little break as well, you can do that now. And then we
Yeah,
go
come on,
into
Oscar.
whatever is going to happen.
perfect.
Allee, ik neem aan dat we wel ergens begrip hebben van wat dat die circle is. En dat we, ik neem aan een ritual cast en dat concentration vraagt, want anders houdt dat niet stand. Zeker niet voor een standaard.
Ja,
Ja,
precies.
Als dat iets is dat ze heel lang hebben opgezet, dan kan dat eens permanent zijn. Hè.
Ja, maar mijn punt is dan, als je het niet aan de caster kunt doen, kun je het nog wel interrupten. Want ik bedoel, de candles is one part of one thing.
I will
we
say
gaan ook-
they have access to certain magical items.
Yes, I know. I
Just
know.
saying.
Ik heb die gewoon gesummoned en dan direct vastgezet. Hè.
Alright.
Martijn,
They
quick question.
prepared.
Yes.
Zou je de runes die dat, of iets van de circle kunnen beschrijven, of is dat geen optie? Of tekenen, of naschetsen, snel, lelijk?
That depends on how well on what the DM decides on how well I would have
Yeah,
seen, been
passively.
able to see the rue bear based on where I was and
Yeah, so you have good passive perception, as we all know, and is constantly a thorn in my side, but this is about Arcana. This is about
yeah,
your
this is-
best ability. So you can roll Arcana and see where that takes us.
yeah. There's like a horizontal squiggly line, and then it does a loop-de-loop, and then there's an upside-down triangle.
En nu hebben we Ewout nog... Ja, Ewout is eens dat weg iets. Maar wat
Ja.
jij van onder... Dat is wat de volgende is, anders als...
Yeah, we're now doing a game of Arcana telephone. So Nolan, you can roll Arcana then as well with a much higher DC to see if you can glean anything from what
Yes.
Cassius is
I'm
telling you.
disappointed you're not showing me a rune and then letting me hide.
Oh,
draw
that
it for-
fucking
The
hell.
importance here, right?
I have a
You
very,
rolled higher
very,
than I
very...
did.
I have the exact same portent. I have a 5.
So
Boris deduce something from it.
you can also roll Arcana with an even higher DC.
I shall give myself guidance.
Sure.
Roll
Just-
high, very high.
It's higher. but
Okay.
Is it high enough?
Yeah, it's. Oh yeah, there's definitely a summoning circle in there.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
You. I mean, you haven't read that much about it, but it is not the teleportation circle, it's not a plane shift circle. This was a bona fide, good old fashioned demon summoning, or devil summoning. And you assume Black Lenas is able to do this because of their alleged pact. And then something else happened, but you have no clue how this all works.
Okay.
So what are we doing? Do you need me to stab someone real hard, or do you need me to
The
yoink
plan
Black
was-
Lannis's pact zone away while
Focus.
he's...
Nuke Black Lenas was the
Yes,
plan, I
burst.
assume.
Burst Black Menace,
So
the
you
king.
need me to stab him real hard. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll rush
Do
in.
I pull out Null out of the bag of holding so we don't waste an action pulling it out if we want to use it, or what are we doing with that?
What?
But that's
Do we
for
need
divine
to go?
creatures, no? We're dealing with
Uh,
abyssal
Yes, that's pretty
creatures.
divine. Right, Black Lannis is not divine.
But the properties of the sword still apply. To certain.
Because we can lock out magic, no?
It's a very long description.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a +3 two-handed weapon. If we kill them, you capture his soul, but that's not super relevant. You can sever their connection to their deity, but these are demons and stuff, so not deities.
But it is a connection to a being that grants him power.
Yeah, but this is specifically gods and deities.
Yeah. So yeah, it's only divine. One
Don't
could
hit me
argue.
with the
Before
sword.
at some point.
Yeah. But if you kill someone with it, you decide where their soul goes.
Yeah.
So
maybe if we get him down and have time, we finish him off with null so he can't go back or something. If that is the case.
You say
that
that
is
so
very evil.
casually.
That is, yeah, I was wondering the same thing of like, that is very, very evil.
Okay.
Also, I think I'm permanently proficient with greatswords now.
yes, you are.
Because that's also after tuning to
Really?
this weapon. And it doesn't say it ends, so somehow I learned how to use greatswords.
Okay. The order
At
of
some
the
point.
Magic.
Yeah. And I'm permanently true neutral, apparently. Oops.
You don't hear either way what we're doing with the devil. He's just there.
Okay,
It
so
was
we're
a
going.
50-50 toss-up between me sneaking in and
Yes,
reporting back
we're-
and me going, hey guys, what's up?
We're bursting in. And
Yeah. So I need all of you to make a stealth roll. You are still within pass with the trace, so you get the +10 bonus. Some of you might need it.
I know I miss.
I need it.
And my
That's a-
guidance.
Oh, no.
God, my ace.
Oh, that's unlucky. But why
It's
Boris?
shit.
Dat isn't die.
Dat is die +10. Die +10 heb ik bij mij nog niet bijgedaan. Maar...
So-
ja, ik ook nog.
Nolan
Yeah.
rolls a natural 1,
27.
which is a
Okay.
10.
It's the 10.
Yeah.
Okay, 10, 17, 23,
77.
17.
33,
The
27,
17 is
and
26.
36.
Uh-huh.
Those have to balance it out.
I need to roll 3 times. Ooh, that's a lot. Perception passive is 12. Perception. Right. And yeah, okay.
Before we go on, I will activate my boots of speed
Yes.
because they last for 10 minutes.
Okay.
I will activate my robes to get
like
my
it.
AC up.
Flying.
Okay.
We have
So
like a
my AC is
montage for
now
everybody going.
18.
Yeah. Yeah. Any buff spells you
It's
want to
morphin'
guys
time.
cast? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get
right before we go in,
concentration
I
mode.
want to cast Blast, actually. Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay.
What? Welk?
Bless.
Ah, got
Second
blast
level.
for Sonic.
Blast,
Like,
yeah,
I
blast.
thought-
I also
Oh,
understood
on.
blast.
Like frost blast, fire blast, just blast.
No, just blast something.
Oh, blast.
It deals 5d10 blast damage.
Blargle.
It sounds like something AI would come up with.
Yeah.
En ik bless iedereen behalve Cassius, sorry. Because he would
Alright.
have concentration spells.
It's
Alright.
mean, I do.
So
I have
You
a
do?
one time a day detect thoughts. But
Oh, yeah.
it's not. So technically I do have concentration spells.
all right.
Yeah.
So that's Nolan, Boris, Gord, and Dario. Yeah.
I have
Okay.
concentration teleport.
Great. So I will reload the scene.
Ooh.
Battle map.
Indeed. It's one
It's
of
just an empty character sheet.
So
Okay.
you move forwards. What is the order that you approach this door?
Gord wants to be in front.
Okay.
I want to go out quite fast as well to
Okay.
pull out my magic trick.
I'm the quickest, so I can be further in the back because I
Okay.
don't need to be in front to be close enough, I guess.
Very well. And
Assuming it's
Nolan
not
and
having
Dario?
no one in the back.
I can cast from the outer range of the room. It's 60 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't. I guess.
But you do have a door to go through. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the
Okay.
door.
And I'll say Calendula comes along with Cassius at the back.
Well, I think I'm still in front of Nolan and Dario now.
Okay. So you're behind
So
Boris
I'm
then.
assuming they're just gonna walk through and then
Yeah.
stand back. I do actually.
And then
need to
just
move
do the slow motion shooting montage. Yeah. Okay.
up. Yeah.
So
He just pulls out 2 Uzis and goes.
yeah. I am going to make everyone visible here.
I can't. Uzi.
Man, everybody needs to watch the Freer in the anime because there's a joke with an AK-47 related to it, but I can't do it here. Okay, here is the map. Now you are still outside of it, but I'm going because I have the map and then I have the outside, which is technically not part of it because I didn't know what angle it was going to do if you're going to be blasting through the windows. But there we are. So I'm going to put you guys on the map. But first, I need you all to roll initiative.
Cool. Don't be bad.
And I'm going to toggle combat on
Oh, the
these guys
17.
as well.
Okay, I see.
There's so many -1s. Oh no.
Yeah.
When I pressed roll, I saw 2 dice and I didn't know which was mine.
No, I don't know my color either.
We have
Yeah,
a
the dragon
dedicated
skill.
color? Okay.
You could keep that.
You can customize it,
So
so you know which one is yours.
I'm just gonna check real quick.
It would be hard to avoid AoE spells
Uh-huh.
if we're all clumped up.
Yes.
Yeah, don't use them then if you.
No, they will use it on us.
They will
That's
use
what
it.
I'm
Okay.
meaning.
Yeah.
So
And you
Yeah.
do know how much AoE spells Black Linus has. He just has limited cost.
Yes. Something like that.
He was very AoE built. We're fucked.
Listen, he just completely changed
Yeah.
his loadout after
Yeah.
losing the party.
Could be.
okay.
Yeah, he's
So
now a sniper.
So ironically, I will say all of you step into the room and then initiative kicks in. Otherwise, we're gonna get in trouble with the order we just discussed, right? So I'm just gonna drag you all in. That doesn't mean you have already moved, okay? So here you see the scene before you. You see the pit fiend Stondar in the center of this, bound and broken, his manacles, ethereal manacles, locking him on the ground, and you see this strand of energy coming from Black Lenas to the fiend, and something is being pulled out of him every second or so. You see like something being pulled out, some kind of spectral form being pulled away from the devil. And you see the king lounging in his throne, and he's the first to notice you. So let us begin.
He's surprised because he didn't expect us.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I guess we'll.
That's
So in the order that you guys have come in, oh yeah, I forgot about dear old Calendula. Not great.
7.
Cassius, you are the first to act. This is your surprise round. What are you doing?
Googling how surprise works. Because it means I do not have advantage on them, right?
I will say, you don't have advantage on the king. Baklenas and the fiend are startled, but the king saw you coming in.
Because Black Lenas is holding the pact stone, correct?
He is holding a stone, and something is emanating from it towards the fiend.
And I would be able to just yoink that pact stone out of his hand if I wanted to do that.
He is flat-footed right now.
So I wouldn't need to roll. It's just because I do not do athletics checks well.
Well, you do have those burglar's gloves. What do they say?
They give me +5 on sleight of hand.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
I know we said deal damage, but I also don't want him to have a pact stone that can just kind of suck out my
yeah.
stone.
So here's the thing. Like Lennis is holding this. You come in. It would be a contested roll, but you can use your sleight of hand to try and bamboozle him. So it is a possibility. But
that's only because he's currently surprised, and this is the one shot at sleight of handing I have.
yeah, and your speed and skill as a thief.
Yeah. I think I should take it, but I don't know what the rest of the group thinks.
This is now you. This is wearing initiative. Yeah. This is real. This is your decision.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna take the very powerful item away from the bad guy. Because I also realize that this is my one shot at he's surprised. If I want to grab it, now is the best shot I have. Straight up, so I'm gonna just spend what is this? 15? Can I just run across, or do I need to hop over a table or something?
I will say with your basic acrobatics.
I mean, I could run around for 30 feet. I'm just gonna do that.
Well, it depends on where you want to end up, right? So yeah, I'm not going to make it a problem.
I'll run 15 feet towards. I can't move myself.
Oh yeah, sorry, because I was still paused. Yeah.
I'll move 15 feet, so I'm next to him, and then I'll try and yoink his back to him.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand roll.
So yoink.
Like you pretend to
sleight of hand.
Yeah, you pretend to stab him, and it's like, oh,
What?
Yeah, that's part of the sleight of hand, right? The feint and.
So that's
Nu
just
ben
a
ik benieuwd
regular,
naar wat er gaat gebeuren.
a normal sleight of hand roll. Hè?
Ik denk dat ik weet wat er gaat
It's
gebeuren.
it's a very small stone.
There's no advantage. This is the straight up roll. Hè?
You might end up in the wall.
I would say because of it, he's surprised. I would give you advantage, even though you don't actually need it. I think. Ooh, okay, 32.
32.
I'm gonna add a D8 just because I can.
Okay. Sure you don't want to use those for later?
Yeah.
38.
38.
If I fail this, there might not be a later.
I don't even think he could.
No, we can't reach it.
No, even with a natural 20, he cannot break that on any of his stats. So even if it was an intelligence or a charisma roll, he wouldn't have been able to do that. So you come at him. He just is focusing very dearly on something, clearly. Concentrating. And suddenly the door blasts open. Gord barrels in with Boris in tow, and you just slip behind them. He's focused completely on them, and before he realizes it, the stone is out of his hand. The tendril that leads to the fiend is still there. He's riling up as well, and you can already see the king half standing up and starting to shout, "Watch out!" And it's too late. Cassius.
Okay.
Cassius.
My blood pressure just rose.
Make
that was 50 feet away, and that was my. Okay.
Yes, but first you are going to make a charisma saving throw.
Been there, done that.
Baklena's actually made it. He knows what's coming.
I didn't. I got slammed into a
Oh,
wall.
not bad, not bad.
A
Am I within
15.
15 feet of...
I don't
Gord-
think
Nah,
that's
Gord's
good
too
enough.
Yeah,
far
you're
right
gonna
now.
shoot a
Gord's
bit.
too far.
You need a very high.
It is a very small packed stone. So the DC is lower.
I didn't even know there was a saving throw at DC.
Oh yes.
Oh, there
I,
is.
the fact that worried me was everyone here went like, "Oh yes," and I was like, "What do you mean, oh yes?"
Baklena's new. That's the issue.
And Nolan as
Yeah.
well.
Nolan. So, Cassius, you. It's been a while since I had to do this. I'm really happy. You
Welcome
grab
to the
this...
crazy town.
Welcome to Crazy Town. You thought it was bad already. Oh boy, buddy. You grab the stone,
What's one more sentient man?
and well, yeah, what's one little notch of PTSD? You grab it, and for a moment you are no longer in the room. You see a vision. You hear this ringing in your ears that grows and grows when you realize it is not ringing, but it is screaming. Louder and louder and louder, and you feel again as if you are underneath that pile of bodies, but instead of them all being dead, they are still alive and shouting, all of them, bloody murder, like they are being tortured at the peak of a torturer's ability. You see yourself in a dome of crystal, blue as the crystal you saw, and hold in your hand still this trail, what you realize now, of souls that is being siphoned away from this pit fiend, being held in your hands. You feel watched by everyone else who has ever held a pact stone. You know them, and you know them, and they know you, I would say. And instantly you now know what you hold in your hand. I'm just going to dig for that PDF.
And enjoy.
Now
I
you
didn't
know.
get to see it.
I'm just
You
You will
got
now
this one.
know
no
the craziness.
backbone.
You will
I
now
am
know
from
the
neutral, so I'm
craziness.
gonna end up being like the guardian of time. I collect all the world-ending artifacts and sit on them because it would be
Yeah.
wrong to use them.
Exactly.
Welcome to the craziness Baklena's was trying to control.
And then he got fucked. Sorry, because this website apparently got changed last time. So can I do this now, please? Thank you. So I will now
You
share
still
this.
have the URL somewhere.
Yeah,
Nolan failed to save
several
very
times.
early in the campaign. I got
Yeah.
slammed into a wall.
But I mean, that was the pact stone with all the souls of the Elinadar
Yes,
marching.
and back then it was only a blue crystal.
Dat hadden
Zo.
allereerste sessie zeker niet?
Nee, dat was de Frostfell Shard.
Ah, dat Frostfell Shard. Nee, dat was dan
Ja.
eerst. Juist. Oh.
En dat was die bag of holding dat we door het muur hebben getrokken
Ja.
met die Minotaur.
Die Frostfell Shard was eigenlijk gewoon een mini
Does that
backstone.
link work, by the way? Because it said it to me. There's an
Preview
error.
says error page, and now I need to be logged in.
Great.
And we gave it to a hag.
Okay.
You must be logged into one of the accounts listed as an author of this group.
Okay, great. And
Oh,
this one?
she's having fun.
Probably, yeah.
Does that one
All
work?
die
Wacht, wacht, Johan. Ik heb nog een werkende link.
Okay.
Oh, no, it works.
Okay.
Okay.
I have it. Jesus,
Frost
that's a lot
hag,
of text.
Frostfell Shard.
Forces
sense.
attunement. Yeah, of course they do.
Do you still have an attunement slot left?
I don't think I do.
There goes your build.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Bye
maxed all of them.
bye.
Where do I
Of hij
see?
wordt, of hij is nul kwijt, de soulbound.
Can I see an easy way of my attunements? Nee, null attunement was gedaan, hè. Dat was enkel
Ja.
terwijl we in de void... Nee, ik heb 3 slots.
Okay.
And my attunement slots are being taken up by the boots, the cloak, and the tattoo, I think.
Okay. So the boots or the cloak, you lose.
I guess it's the cloak, because right now I can't really use it anyway.
Okay.
And I'm kind of counting on the boots being my way to get out of
Yeah.
places right now.
There's no way out.
So you lose attunement with the cloak, and now are attuned with the packed stone.
Cool.
You also
The
know.
laatste zin.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's quite literal in this case because he's staring right at you.
He's right there too, yeah.
Yeah. You know that this stone has about 200 charges, 201,
Souls.
202, 203.
Oh, that's fast.
Because
Yeah.
he's charging it from the...
Yeah.
The devil.
Devil still in souls.
Mm-hmm.
Is draining the souls of,
Yeah.
which is the highest valued good by a devil.
So they are
Absolutely.
they are
They're
weakening
just
him.
robbing him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're my kind of guys!
I mean, devils grow by gathering souls. so
Listen,
I
if
mean,
you think about it, all this really is just a heist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More of a
It has been a
robbery.
heist within a heist.
What?
That went so well last time.
If you
I
think
mean,
about it long enough, everything is just stealing something. Sometimes you're stealing your life, sometimes you're stealing
Yeah.
your stuff.
So
gonna
that,
steal
Cassius,
from
where are
Cassius.
you going? Because we're still in
Yeah.
turn
So I
one
used
of
15
round
feet of my
one.
movement, and this was my action, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I have 45 meter movement and a bonus action left.
Oh wow.
I am
get out.
going to just gonna
So
book it to the
That's geen
far
grote
end
kamer, hè?
of
Yeah.
the room.
Can you hide it?
Is this table big enough to hide? Well, this all may come here, but
So you do get.
bonus action hide.
Actually, I don't get an attack of opportunity, right? Because
No,
he's
'cause
surprised.
He can't take
Yeah.
a reaction because he's surprised. That's the only
Yeah.
reason I did it.
Okay.
I have to reload this application. Just the
Oops.
next percent, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
do be careful of the last paragraph there. Do
I
keep
have
that
not
in
read it
mind.
yet.
Read the last. Read the last paragraph and keep that in mind. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Yeah, no. The last sentence and then the last paragraphs. Yeah, it's just... There are
That is
things
the
in there
most-
called soul consumption and souls harvests and petition oblivion, which all seem very,
Yet
very
that's
low,
not the scary
low
part. Yet.
stakes.
That's not the
Uh,
scary part.
Okay,
Yet. The
could
last
I
paragraph.
bonus action hide behind this table to
I will allow you to do so. Yes.
not be targeted or
Sure.
like to make it so they can't immediately just
Yeah.
low scope me. Okay. How do I do this again?
What do you hide? Well,
And
I roll a
let's
1.
see.
42.
That's a 28. You are not within pass without a trace distance, sadly, so you
No.
don't get
So that's
plus 10.
only a 28.
Yeah.
Oh.
Boo. Boo.
Okay.
Do
then you
better.
fail.
Now I need to read what I just forcibly attuned to again.
Yes. So that's your turn.
Yes. It started with you hear screaming, which is never a good sign.
Indeed. Now, it is, in fact, the
Oh,
king's turn, because he did not get surprised. He rolled stupidly well on his perception. So
Mm.
let me just do and see.
Boom.
We staan voor
Explode.
dicht bij elkaar.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Well, the thing is,
Yeah.
he is. Well, I'm not gonna say shit. Fuck you. Let me see here.
Oh, come on, please.
we know there's 2 dots, and one of them is Satyane, and one of them is Black Lenas. The demon in the middle is Stondar, so
Devil.
do the math.
So
Devil,
he is
sorry.
going to immediately come out of the gate swinging. So he's going to cast
What am I
dominate
gonna tank
person.
now?
What? Dominate person?
Fuck off me.
Okay.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Take a tiger by that toe.
Deze 23.
And
I'm gonna get fucked, aren't I?
you see
Would I have seen
a
this?
grin. Yeah, you see the king starting to cast a spell.
Then I would counterspell.
Very well. At what level? I will say you know that this is I'll Dominate person, you know enough about Arcana to know this is a 5th level spell.
I will do it at 4th level.
Then it's still a roll.
I know.
So if it doesn't make a difference between 3 and 4 then.
Ah.
So if you want to roll, I would
En
cast it at a
zit er
3rd.
niet laag of zo? Nee.
No, it's just a roll.
Ah, nee.
No.
Oh,
17. That I believe does make it, so you counter it.
Yes.
nice.
So
Good job, Nolan.
you saw as the king starts moving strangely for such an old man and casting the spell, a wisp of something shoots towards Calendula. Yeah,
Bastard.
but it fails. And then he... Fine. Let's play. And... He's gonna stay exactly where he is. But...
Ja, die wordt gewoon firebread doen.
Yeah, this is fine. Yeah. Doesn't really have bonus actions. So. Does he? No. That's going to be his turn, as he seems bemused. That means it's Gord's turn.
And what will happen now? That's what I'm wondering.
Yes.
Gord, you are
Yeah, you
faced with Black Linus and Seth. But I will say, right now, this is... I will say, you feel this is a military operation. There is a calm that comes over you. There is nothing forcing you here. There's a full confidence in your ability. You are not being taken over, but the hate is there.
Towards both of them, so it's the flame is burning bright and it's fueling my power.
Indeed.
And I will do a triple flick flack.
Oh, make an athletics roll.
You break your hip.
Hey,
Yeah,
Twee
okay.
op 2 man tegelijk.
En hij heeft boots of flying, hè, dus ik kan wel gewoon
Fair.
cool een jump doen, 3 saltos. Zo.
You think he
call
has
it
gotten out of control and is...
Ja,
Embrace judgment.
dus als bonus action wil ik mijn feature van mijn Oath of Vengeance gebruiken met een Vow of Enmity. Dus als bonus action you can utter a vow. Accuracy within 10 feet. Using your channel divinity, you gain advantage on attack rolls against a creature for 1 minute. Or until it drops to 0 hit points or falls unconscious.
Indeed.
Dus ik heb advantage op alles op Black Linus.
Alright.
En dan ga ik een attack doen. Met mijn sword. Met attack. Advantage. Plus een D4.
Okay, 28. Will hit.
Oké, damage. Dat is norm.
15
damage.
points of damage.
En ik doe daar uiteraard een Divine Smite op. Dat is geen fiend, hè, denk ik.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yet. Oeh.
14
weer
points radiant
Good
damage.
rolls.
Dus dat is al 29 damage.
Alright.
Een tweede attack.
Why do
Also-
I get the sense that he's not the most dangerous creature in the room at the moment, Black Linus?
Nee, maar
Ja,
dat je die
dat-
rap kunt uitschakelen.
Mhm.
Dat is wel goed.
Ja.
The most
29
dangerous
will
creature in the
hit.
room is me.
Now, yeah, you are definitely,
Ooh.
without a doubt. 8 points.
Maar
Have you read that last paragraph very
I've read all the
thoroughly?
paragraphs. All I need to do is cast one spell and everybody evaporates.
Oh, you have
Nou,
200 souls there.
trouwens, nee. Johan,
Hmm?
niet of dat belangrijk is.
wellicht.
We kunnen zijn HP zien van Blacklands.
Oh, yeah. Fair.
En ik
He's still a
Ik kan,
character like that.
nog een Divine Smite doen.
Ah ja, inderdaad.
Variable cost is een D100 maal het spellevel.
Nog eens 12 damage.
There we
So
go.
it's 100.
Oh wow, that's kinda.
That's a lot of damage. And that's my turn.
Okay. Okay. What a hell of a turn it is. Boris, you are up.
Ik cast Arcane Nullification
Okay.
op 5th level, of heb ik hem op 4th gecast?
That's
Ik heb hem
fourth.
oorspronkelijk op 4th.
Fourth.
Ja.
Wacht. Delete. Mijn spel terugpakken. Cast. Ah. En ik cast dat op Blacklinnas en the King of Satyane, whatever you want to call him.
En Nolan.
Nee,
Just to
want ik heb
be
maar 2
sure.
target.
Ja.
Okay. Intelligence saving throws.
Middle to cast spells. what the
Warlocks
fuck?
are not good at those, right?
No.
Nope, shouldn't be.
It does get advantage on it
Ah ja,
because of things.
maar wie...
So Black Linus first.
Oh, it
18.
fucking makes it!
Ik
16 plus 2.
ga...
Ja?
Ik gebruik Bordent op Satyane. Dat is een 5.
Okay. So he gets a intelligence, a 5. That's an 11.
Ik zat hier plus 12 ging hebben, dus.
Maar een dikke shit, jongen, was dit.
Ja, goeie important, goeie combo.
All right, so he laughs as again he starts casting a spell, and as light shoots through, and you can see a chain of light surrounding them as they are, well, as the king at least is unable to cast. Black Lena's breaks through. He's just
And
always
then-
been a little smarter. He has a
And it
15
should have been-
intelligence. You made it. He has higher intelligence and charisma as a warlock.
Yes, I know. I forgot to check what the main stat was, and I thought it was intelligence and wisdom, so I fucked up by creating him. And then I'm
Yeah.
gonna run over and try to scoot over the summoning circle and put myself behind Stondar.
Ja.
Okay. Yeah, you're
Try to
definitely
kick
breaking
off
line
some
of sight.
symbols.
He's big. He's a big boy.
Ja, smart.
So, yeah. Okay. That is your turn.
Yeah.
Nolan Tuskfro.
Glennis is still alive. Come on, Nolan.
Uh,
Fake Nolan and reclaim your name for yourself.
No, it's a bit... Gord's position is awkward now.
Ja, maar ik wou bij een melee range van allebei staan.
Yeah, now I can't do AoE spells.
Ja.
You can, you're just gonna hit Gord.
I can take it! Nee, die niet.
A giant fireball appears. Okay, in hindsight, maybe I can.
No,
Misty step, misty
how
step.
do I do this? Like this then.
Ja, dat we het dan afspreken op voorhand en zo'n dingen.
How that happens, yeah.
Ja, ik ga gewoon... ik ga toch een lightning bolt doen. Zo.
Alright.
6 heeft hem niet veel, daar ben ik zeker van.
Dat is wat breed, hè, niet?
Nee, de kamer is smal, hè.
Ja.
De kamer is 60 feet, hè. Als ik naar
Dus hij
daar
vliegt
doe,
door
is
de
heel
ram.
room, hè.
Let's keep it that way.
Het is in de binnenste lijnen misschien.
It's the middle line, yes.
Yeah.
Ah, oké. Ah,
The-
ja.
The middle one.
Yes, nou, oké, I see.
Ja, 5 foot wide, dus eigenlijk zijn er allemaal één vierkantje.
Yeah, that's fine. But so you're only getting Black Lenas with this, yeah?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Okay. He gets a dex save. He still can't do a reaction, so he can't counterspell anything.
I know.
Saving throw with advantage. It's got magic resistance.
Oh, yes.
Olé.
It's okay, it's still half damage.
Yeah,
Hij
roll
activeert
damage,
en rolt op
please.
zijn hand op 24.
So Nolan
Four.
shuffles along,
Oeh, dat is
and
veel hoger. Wauw.
just these sparks fly, and then a giant beam of lightning and shoots through the window of the Great Hall. So you're gonna be noticed.
I am your
now.
king.
True, you're still in the guise of the king, and Gort is in the shape of Black Lenas. Yeah.
Yes.
Some confused guard going, did you know the king goes lightning?
Okay. I'm just gonna check here.
Why do I
There's
remove
something
the
here.
template?
This. I'm just gonna checking some items here. Hang on. All right. Okay, that's Nolan's turn. The tables catch fire as they get scorched by this. Stondar doesn't get a turn because he's surprised. Daria.
Belfie is 90. Okay, I'm going to move. Which
Keer
level?
verspreid.
Which level?
Ja, ik weet wat spel dat er komen.
Ja, ja. Terecht, hè,
Scatter
terecht.
formation,
Ja,
scatter formation.
ja, terecht,
I'm
hè.
gonna cast Mel's Acid Arrow on Black Lenas.
Weet je de
Oké.
splash damage?
Yep.
Nou, kijk.
Nee, ik heb die gepakt omdat hij heen heeft.
Ah,
The arrow splashes the target with acid for half as much of the initial damage.
yeah. Yeah, it's not an AoE, but it does splash.
Nee.
14 will miss, but you still get the damage. Well, what is it? On a hit,
No.
No,
on a miss, it splashes the target
Yeah.
with acid half as much of the initial damage. No damage at the end of the next turn. So you can still roll damage and it's halved. 14, that's not a bad roll, I think, right? Well, 2 ones. Average roll. Apply damage. Apply half. Okay.
7 damage, level 4 spell.
He's still standing. Oh, level 4 spell? Oh yeah, it's actually that's for the.
Yeah,
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 it works.
I
Okay.
thought-
6c4 then, yeah.
Okay. Black Lannis is still standing.
That's bad.
He doesn't get a turn. But Calendula does.
Poetic justice.
What is Calendula doing? And considering it's Dario's call, so
Then
How rough is Black Lenas looking?
he's looking beat. He's burning from lightning. He has got acids on him, and he has been stabbed by black divine energy and hasn't been able to speak a single word. This is all happening in the same 6 seconds.
Just try the KO.
features. I'm looking at the actions. Fire breath. Okay then. I'll tell her to breathe fire on the Black Lenas.
Okay.
With this 15-foot cone. So
Yeah.
obviously she won't breathe fire when she can hit cord, so she needs
Okay.
to find an angle.
All right, so
I mean, if she
just
just moves back far enough that she catches Black
Yeah.
Lens with the
Yeah.
furthest end of it, that's fine as well, right?
so let's see. Yeah, actually hitting the fiend won't matter because he's immune to fire. All right, so she will use her fire breath as a template right there,
Yes. Something like that.
and that's a dex save with advantage.
Carpet catches fire.
Everything catches fire. That's a natural 20
Good,
on the
you're
save.
rolling well.
I am happy for it, and this is the damage.
Waarom deed je dat nooit dat ik daarmee speelde?
Je gaat nog een D4 op een acid roll.
Ah, ja,
Acid
juist.
arrow. Van uw
Dario is blessed.
Yeah, I didn't use it.
But that's not on spells, right?
Attack
That's
attack
a-
rolls. Attack rolls.
Attack roll.
Yeah,
It's a
but
spell
is
attack
it-
roll.
okay.
Attack rolls and saving throws is that.
Well,
Yeah.
the
But
attack
that-
roll
but-
was a 14, so I
Okay,
don't
I'll try to
know if-
remember.
Yeah.
I was keeping it for saving throws.
Yeah, so you can
It's
roll
attack rolls and saving
sure.
throws.
attack rolls, not damage rolls. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but
with that,
when I use it,
Yeah.
I lose it, right?
No, it's
nee.
it lasts
No,
on
when-
every roll until Gord
Okay.
Yeah.
Any concentration, how is that okay?
until Gord concentrates.
now you need a
I'm
2 or
just
a
gonna
higher.
run it.
Okay, yeah.
That's a 4. That's an,
Okay, so
It's 7
It did
damage.
hit.
Save damage.
it was an
okay,
18 and now it's a 14. And it was a 14 and now it's an 18 on the
Okay.
attack roll.
and then we do
So
apply
7.
half damage,
Yeah, he also does
and that
take-
is exactly the difference because that brings. Otherwise, Black Lenas would have stood with 3 HP at the end of this
Oh.
round.
We got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we
Yeah.
got him. Black Lenas is down
Without a word.
without a word spoken, but not out. Well, not dead. Sorry, but he's. I'll say he's downed. Okay, right
Mhm.
now.
He's on 0 hit points and rolling that saves. Yeah.
Indeed. On Calendula's turn. The fucking dragon.
I never liked you.
With that, we go to round 2. Now everyone's active. Cassius, you're up first, with Seth on deck.
With Black Lenis dying or falling down, do I see any? Because do I
Yes.
see any reaction on the devil? Was it? Because
Wait.
the connection between
Uh,
the devil was with the soul stone.
Okay.
Because that was the pact stone. Sorry, because that keeps getting souls from the devil. Then, right?
yeah, the Pact Stone is still the. I would say. The. How do I put this? I need to put this in the. I would say the moment Black Lenas goes down. The siphon is broken,
No. Okay.
but the chains still remain.
Okay. So that's it, and now it's my turn. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna, because Gord is an ally of me, and he's within 5 feet of not King Godo Erendas, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the other guy, right? Well, actually, I don't need to move because I can just kind of throw a dagger. So I'm gonna throw a dagger at the king, which
Okay.
should be with advantage, unless he spotted me with a 28 on my stealth check.
I would say no. No.
So then I do have advantage. Right, that's correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
I am an unseen attacker for him now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just.
that would be this, and I do attack, and then it is with advantage. I'm hoping a
Nice.
26 hit.
26 will hit.
I would of course like to sneak attack on this.
Sure.
So that's
Oh,
19 damage.
Not great.
19 damage. Your unseen dagger shoots through the king, making motion towards Gord, and your unseen force dagger shoots through the chest of the king, out of the back of him, and you see this gaping chest wound, gaping and basically bleeding. You see the king go slack. And the head go forward again.
Well, that did great. I'm gonna use my bonus action to hide again, unless at this point the jig is up and I can't do that anymore. But,
You can
depending on
roll
what
stealth,
the
but
enemy is.
yeah, you can still try and hide because this is breaking line of sight, right? More than
Yeah,
he
like,
doesn't.
I'm assuming I just duck down behind the table
Yeah.
and he doesn't know where I'm gonna pop up again.
Yeah.
But if you say like at this point, there's not enough cover or anything, then
It's well, the table in front of you is on fire, which this is also a point to note.
how is
Which-
this one on fire though?
Hang on,
Is it
no,
not
not
the
the
top
one
one?
not the one in front of you, but
yeah,
the other one,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, the other one.
So I would say that's not the color of fire, guys. I changed it. Gone. Okay. Configure default. There we go. There we go. So this is on
Waarom
fire.
Een vraagje, waarom zijn er
Ja.
6 borden per tafel en vaak 7 of 8 stoelen?
Because AI is great and it will replace all of our jobs. Because I did not. I had a lot of other battle plans, and then I realized maybe they just go for him in the fucking court, and I'm like, fuck. So this is what you get, and I thought that was a good result. So this is on fire. This is catching fire. Oh yeah,
There were
Kalenda's.
clues he was a demon and not the actual king. Was the
Other
actual
players
king
tease
never
in
would have
between
stood for
turns.
Yeah,
more
exactly.
chairs than plates. You know?
Exactly. It's chaos. It's a clue. It would have been a clue if you. Yeah. All right. So, Cassius,
then I need to roll
you roll stealth. Yeah.
for hiding. I keep thinking I can open my character sheet from the initiative, but that's not an option, right?
I don't know. Okay, 22.
No, that's a 22.
All right. And with that,
Hide
it is the king's turn. He is going to walk as he is bleeding, and you see a actual hole in his chest, the blood spreading all over his clothes. You see him walk as if controlled by a puppeteer. He's going to step forward. Ah,
Uh-oh.
such weak. You see this like such weak mortal vessels. And he places a hand on Black Lena's
Uh-oh.
as the
Should
king
have done that instead.
falls
Uh-oh.
He's taking
and
it.
Black Lena's stands.
Yeah.
And you see him stand up with the wounds and everything. And you see
Can he
a
still-
smile
can he
you've
do that
never
when
seen.
He's arcane nullificated though.
The king was.
Yeah. So I'm asking, can the king do the whole take over body thing when he's nullified?
This is a good question. This is a very good question. Is it a spell?
Sorry
my
to
own
ruin an
creation.
otherwise
No,
incredibly
that's
cool
fine.
moment, but
Yeah, no. A bard, sorcerer, or a creature that is capable of casting arcane spells must be the creature is unable to cast spells or use magical abilities granted by its class features for the duration. Right now, I will say, Seth is still incapable of casting spells. He is now not using arcane features. He is unable to cast, even now within Black Lena's, as he stands up with a horrifying grin. But it is him moving into a person as a demon, which is
so that is okay.
not a spell, that's an ability of
Not a
him.
spell or a class feature.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he is incapable indeed, so he's using his action to do so.
Okay.
But he is incapable of casting anything currently. At the end of its turn, it can repeat the saving throw, though.
Yeah.
So he is again going to make a intelligence
D17
saving throw.
intelligence.
Yeah. Gonna let him roll that with advantage.
Oh,
You have
you-
no advantage though, because
Yeah.
the advantage comes from a class feature which he cannot use, right?
Fair. So he rolls a 1.
That was a 1 and a 20, by the way, which was very
Yeah.
cool.
You're dealing with the devil here. God, only extremes. So,
But he's
That's-
nullified still.
Black Lenas is on 0 hit point, or 0 hit points.
But he's not bothered by it, which is worrying.
He's standing up. Gord, you now only see one target in this room, and below the ground you still see something 300 feet down. It is your turn.
Oké. Maak het uit als ik die aanval.
Repeat that last sentence.
What?
He only sees one target 300 feet down, or what did you say?
No,
2 targets.
Yeah,
2
one
targets.
in the room and then one.
Yeah, and one below. So
I had 3
they,
targets.
yeah.
That was Black Lance set and the Paxton. And now Black Lance has fallen.
Or Black Lenas and Seth are now the same dot on the map.
Yeah. I will use my super cool dancing double-bladed scimitar
Okay.
Oh, nee.
as a bonus action. D4. Ja, mijn dingen is vervallen, want dan is... En ik ga die een attack zien om te testen
Oké.
of ik iets kan doen.
Right. 19 misses as
Miss.
your suddenly in Black Lenas's hand you see a large horrific blade that looks all too similar to Null, but it is just a little different. And he parries your attack on a 19.
Okay.
And you also see like he's still like standing with his back to you, and like his hand like curves and moves in a way that should not be possible to block that.
This is
Number one.
some
Ja,
Venom symbiote
Yeah.
body horror shit.
nu gewoon een attack doen.
25
20?
does hit as the
Thank
blade.
Lord.
Yeah. Yeah. You in your first thing, you guys have been rolling really high, but it's lower than 25.
Echt damage?
8 points of damage. Like Lenas loses a death saving throw twice.
Oké, een tweede attack.
That also hits. Yeah.
Beter.
14 damage.
You stab through, the blade being whisked aside as you see whatever light was left in Black Lena's, the breath escapes him. And Cassius, the stone, glows.
Ah ja.
Oh,
En
you
we
got
can,
him.
there is a DC 15 charisma save, or Black
Yeah.
Lenas' soul goes in the stone.
Charisma
Eh.
saving
Yeah,
throw.
dangerous toys. Dangerous toys.
No.
Nope.
You all watch
That's the end of
as the
Black
soul
Leonard.
of Black Lenas gets forcibly pulled from his mortal coil. And Cassius, you see
I've made my peace.
a ghost.
Ah ja, shit, sorry. Want ik ben zo, ja, die fucker is dood, maar ja, dat kennen you.
Oh yeah,
As Cassius, you feel another scream has been added to the chorus, and the stone just ever grows slightly larger.
that's sad. That's sad.
Yeah, that was exactly what he was doing. No?
Good.
Not so
It's
funny when it happens to
poetic.
you, huh?
Poetic.
Poetic, yeah.
I'm really
It's-
fucking
it's
sad I
very
didn't
poetic.
get a single fucking turn, but that's okay.
But is the corpse still animated?
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a demon inside.
it's still standing. But he
That
dead.
was my turn. That's all my.
Oh, what a turn. Gords, you feel something very strange. For a moment, a flicker of rage dims in you. And for a moment, you feel as though a brief moment of warmth returns to your hands.
Ooh.
And you are met with a sorrow, an emotion you haven't felt in a while. A friend has just died. And he was a friend, wasn't he? Boris, your turn.
He only needed trust.
Yep.
I sidestep.
But he didn't trust us. Why would he trust him?
He only asked for trust.
Yeah, but that doesn't come two ways,
Yeah, let's
Yannick.
not have this- let's not have
Yeah.
this here.
I completely forgot that used to be a party member. 'cause I
It was
and I was like, yeah, fuck that guy, and like
It was a discussion no one could win.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. Guiding bolt, 4th level. Let's pump some Helios shit in him.
Okay.
Ugh.
You're blessed.
14.
+4.
The +4. But you see the dead eyes of Black Lena's stare at you, your own ex-character. And as you fire the bolt, it just crunches the body in such a way that it just passes right beside it and impacts the throne. Yeah. The throne, anyone attacking the throne has advantage now.
And I sidestep a bit again.
Okay, I attacked it.
Okay. Nolan.
It's the source of his power.
I will cast Hold
have, like-
monster on Black Lannis.
Do we have exercise or something?
Exercise the demon.
Let's be.
All right. So, saving throw. And with advantage. Or, yeah, because he saved, yeah. So I can actually do that.
Well, he didn't save.
Ah,
right?
Leon.
Because
Didn't
in
he?
order to save,
Oh, no.
in order to save, he needed the advantage.
Fair.
Want het was een 20 en een 1 en de 1 telt, want het had nog geen advantage. On the
Fair. So in
11
this
plus
case,
5 plus 7, so.
The 20 was first.
the 20 does
Okay.
work. So he, sorry man, he rolls a 32 on that. He doesn't-
No.
And he's looks at you, Noel, and says, in the voice of Black Lena's, you hear this gargling sound coming from him. No, you misunderstand. I'm the puppeteer.
Oh, I'm scared.
With that, Stondar comes in the initiative, and he's looking at all of this, hasn't said a word yet, as all of this is happening, and just and starts pulling at the chains. As he is going to try and save against his binding spell. And that is going to be another charisma save. But that's still at a disadvantage. An 18 is not enough. As he is still bound. And
Good thing or a bad thing?
he will speak to you guys telepathically, as that's the only way, really. You hear this voice ring in your heads, and you have heard it before. Well, some of you have. Unchain me, and I shall take him to the abyss myself.
Good idea.
Let's
I
roll.
know. I'm still.
You were. Well, we're in.
Dario.
Let's not make deals with devils, but that's a good deal, guys. We should take.
Where's the dotted line? Hell sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got the parchments appear in front of all of you.
I first want to have 6 rounds of negotiations with my lawyers.
I'm a lawyer.
Someone lawyer.
They're lawyers.
That's-
They have a
that's
branch. They have a
that's-
branch in hell, obviously.
My-
I have
level
to say.
stuff.
I cannot tell you the details, but my last session with the other group involved writing down a pact with a duly. The entire session was negotiations of all the legalese that went into that pact, and it was, yeah.
Well, don't know if it works. I'm going to touch one of the chains and cast Dispel Magic and see what it does.
Okay. Roll for it.
Why do I roll?
Een D20 plus uw
Ja.
spellcasting ability. Dus plus uw wisdom modifier.
Dus, eens kijken, 3 zeker.
Nou, dat is een knopje op mogen maken.
True.
Ja,
Oh boy.
A 10 is not enough. You focus and you see the the devil like stand up to you, Dario, and just present the chain. And you try to focus your magical essence, this nature magic, and shoots towards, wraps around the chain, and
I'm not making
Nothing.
any impression.
and you see the disappointment in this Pitfiend's eyes.
Well, then do it yourself! I just yell at him.
And he'll just start pulling. So Blackness is sadly, well, I can't mark him as deceased, but I'll just remove him from the initiative. There we are. Then Calendula, who's still standing there and confused, will try to. Oh yeah, I forgot to use her breath weapon, so I'm gonna use it now, and then I can try and recharge, and it does. So there you
Can she use
are.
it again? Or can she use it this turn? If she
Yeah.
charged it or not?
Indeed. So if you want to,
We can- yeah,
If the
weakening
corpse is gone, what
breath.
happens with possession?
well,
Do we know?
you don't.
See.
The weakening breath.
Well, it's not really strength based. I don't know if he has stats of Sat or stats of Blackness, of course. But I'll go for the weakening breath.
I'll just say I've been rolling as Seth.
Yeah,
So,
weakening breath.
Weakening breath. All right. So DC 13 strength. An advantage. Which is... Oh, I did it as Black Lenas. But I'll take that 19.
Just
Maar
kom-
de advantage
add
werkt
some-
toch nog altijd niet, omdat dat een feature is die disabled is? Of
Oh,
dat
yeah,
nu
fuck.
verkeerd?
I'm sorry. I keep doing this wrong.
I,
Okay.
I might be wrong on this. too,
Yeah,
but,
no, you're right, you're right.
Ella.
At least
Yeah.
you're paying attention. I don't see those things.
So strength saving throw, normal, which is a 16. There we go.
These strengths.
I'm just really happy that I can roll with advantage. That's why I'm so excited. Okay.
I understand.
But still, you
That's-
need
And
to
I feel
lower-
bad every time I tell you you can't.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
you need to roll very, very low to even fail the save.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
'cause
like
this-
it's the most important one is the fact that
high.
it'll give disadvantage on him trying to save from the effect that stops him from casting spells.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the big one.
So with that, however, we are going to go to round 3, but I suspect we are going to do that next session.
It is
Good idea.
So
a late hour.
I don't want to.
I'm sorry. Yeah, stopping in the middle of combat is always difficult, but I didn't know where we were gonna go. So here you are, my friends. The end of Black Lena's, as far as you know, now being possessed. Well, his soul now in Cassius's hands.
I didn't want this. I'm added with the giant sword that kills gods that I didn't.
Why does it
necessarily
always end?
need.
Yeah, it ends up with
Yeah.
you. Like all of these things end up with you.
It's the rogue in him. It's like, oh, sorry.
My
I'm...
first
oh.
idea is this guy has a very dangerous thing. I can't kill him right now, but I can sure as well take the thing away.
Yeah,
then
and a
the
beautiful thing
does
it
something
was.
to me.
Yeah,
It was,
the
it,
beautiful
was,
thing-
it was incredible. It just kind of yoink, just kind of.
You would just steal stuff. Let's be honest. That's.
I fully expected you to explode into the wall as you tried.
I
to
did
reach for
not
it,
know
so-
what I was gonna just like.
Yeah,
Cassius
so-
grabs it and then just.
If you would have
Black Lenas
failed,
too.
if you would have failed, that would have been exactly that. You would have been force
I'd have
pushed
been
into the
absolutely
fucking
dead,
wall.
yes.
Yeah. Well,
I've been
that,
there,
no, but yeah.
In
And-
hindsight, yes, that was obvious that was a risk. In the moment, I didn't really think about that, but yeah.
Yeah, you roll really high, even though your charisma isn't really that great.
I rolled significantly better than I normally do on the.
Yeah, you have an 8 charisma. You really like fucking had to roll high for that.
I am not charismatic at all. There, I should not have gotten away with that.
Yeah, but I'm happy for you guys. The setup was good. You actually, even though you played it well, even though everyone was on high alert, the thing with the amulets definitely bought you some time. And then, yeah, actually infiltrated well. What can I
And
say?
we improved quite alright.
Hey, who did?
Yeah,
And you
And-
warned us. We needed to warn Thanos.
See, now the bad part is we're going to learn this as like a thing. Like we should
Hmm.
never plan. We should just kind of jump in and figure
Yeah.
it out because it clearly
Yeah.
works.
and also, it is round 3 of the combat.
And we're all alive.
Yeah, and
Nobody's alive. Boris has done
You're quite
things
dark.
2 turns in a row without being stunned, which is I feel like a
The
new
lead
record.
No.
Quite good.
I have
they
done
can-
something else than tank explosions, fireballs, and fire shit that's
I
being
know.
thrown at me.
For like
Dick.
3 turns in a row. That's great.
Ik
Hmm.
kan
Zet
het
u
spel
weg.
ook heel belangrijk geweest, denk ik. Want al die
Ja.
iemand- ons
the
had allemaal
counterspell
handelingen.
was a thing, yes.
The counterspell was very good. We
Yeah.
rolled well on the things that mattered.
And the fact
And
that
the DM
you've
rolled
locked down,
badly on the things that mattered.
you've locked down his spell casting for like otherwise
Yeah.
you would have had another one of those. But hey, it's round 3, and let's see next session what happens. So that's fine. That's fun.
Next session.
Next session, which we will discuss when I shut down
Stream
everything.
probably, yeah.
All right, I will stop the stream there. Thank you for watching, everyone, and everything's looking fine.